welcome to the Can't Tell Us Nothing podcast. I'm MAE'YOKI.
And I'm Diamond.
And we have a guest today.
What's
Go
up,
ahead and
y'all?
introduce yourself.
What's up, y'all? My name is Tay. I'm here from Marlboro County, Bennettsville, with my girls, and we about to have a good time.
That's right.
What he said.
So y'all already know it's February. So to kick off this podcast, we're going to play the game Black Card Revolt. So, y'all ready?
Let's go.
Okay, I'm going to let you pick. Hold up. You can pick one.
I'm a little scared, honestly. I think my black card about to be revoked.
Okay.
Swear. It's all
And
black.
then I'm going to pick one. So, I'm going to go first.
Okay.
Okay. What is Mike Jones' phone number? A, 867-5309. B, 707-606-0842. C, 777-9311. Or D, 281-330-8004.
That's it.
And that's the answer. And that is definitely the answer.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
You want to go next or you want me to go?
You got it.
According to Mama, why shouldn't a woman put her purse on the floor? A, it'll get stolen. B, it'll get dirty. C, a roach might crawl in it. Or D, you'll stay broke.
You'll stay
You
broke.
gonna stay broke. You better
Stay
pick that
broke.
bag up.
You'll stay
Now,
broke.
if your house dirty, I wouldn't put nothing down. You gonna come home with some roaches, though.
And it can all work out every way.
Either way.
I'm trying to tell you.
Okay. This is according to Mama, too. What does it mean if your hand itches? A, you got debt to pay. B, you about to lose your hand. C, you coming into some money. Or D, you need to wash your hands.
C, you come into some money.
Now, it goes both ways.
Right hand, left hand.
Because left hand, you got some debt to pay.
Okay.
Right hand, you gonna
coming
get
in
some money.
Yep.
So it goes both ways.
Really both of
You know,
them.
I realized that was some country shit.
It is.
You don't nobody
Look,
else say that.
I hear just itchy, yo.
Exactly. Just scratch it. And then
I'm
don't
about
let
to
you
come
scratch.
in-
You gotta rub it on your pocket.
Mhm.
We're gonna do
Do
one
all
more
that.
round
Go
with
ahead,
this
claim
one.
it.
Okay.
This is crazy. You know what? It is crazy that this card just came in my hand, y'all. I'm gonna read mine first.
Okay.
Answer the question. Now, this one is majority rules.
I know it ain't about no movies.
This is about music.
Oh.
Okay.
Who is the best rap group of all time?
Okay.
A, Wu-Tang Clan.
Okay.
B, Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Hmm.
C, Outkast. And D, NWA.
I'm
I
still
was
say
going to see
Outkast.
Outkast.
Yeah, that me too. To be honest,
What's the answer?
it's just majority rules.
Oh, okay.
But, y'all, it's crazy because my black card is
Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember.
Y'all, about a week ago, week and a half,
Yep.
me and Yoka was talking. And, matter of fact, we was listening to
in the
some
car.
music. And Yoka was like, Diamond,
That's Andre 3000
that's
right
Andre
there.
3000 right
And
there.
here go Diamond like, no, this Outkast. I said, no, Diamond. I said, Diamond, no. The person on this one is Andre 3000. Diamond,
I did not
no,
know
that's
that
Outkast.
Outkast was a group.
I said, Diamond, it's a group.
It was literally about a week ago. I did not know Outkast was a group. I Googled it and everything.
For real.
Because I was like, all my life, I've been like, Andre 3000 sound like Outkast.
So he was Outkast.
Because I was basically telling her that
I thought it was two different people, but they sound the same.
that people thought like,
Oh, wow.
I never knew Andre 3000 was a part of Outkast. I
Outkast.
thought Outkast was his own one person.
Kind of like CeeLo Green in a sense with all
nah,
these...
she just didn't know it was a group. She didn't know it was a group at all. She thought it was like one person.
Listen, I kid you not.
She didn't know it was a group.
I did not know it. Outkast, Andre, they could have did a song together. I would have never even said. Like, that was it.
But definitely the greatest rap group.
Yeah.
Now that you know they're a group.
Yeah.
Okay, the other group, what was the other one on there?
Wu-Tang Clan, I don't even know who that is.
Wu-Tang Clan, Diamond?
You don't know who that is?
Let me just stop talking. Go dance. Bone Thugs and Harmony.
We
And NWA.
Honestly, I probably haven't listened to a song.
NWA, who that?
NWA is West Coast. That's Eazy-E and all them.
Oh.
The movie NWA, Compton.
That's a movie?
Compton.
We ain't gonna talk about it.
Straight out of Compton.
I'm talking about movie. Never seen it.
Me neither.
Look,
No.
me either. But no, for real. Now speaking of that, I think I did watch a part of it. Did y'all know Cat Williams was in that? And he was running. And that's that
Nah.
That's not straight out. That's Atlanta.
movie.
Oh, that is Atlanta. Nah, he was the
Never mind.
alligator man or something like that in Atlanta.
What?
Yeah, he was in the jail and that woman brought that white baby to him and he was like, "Whose white baby is that?"
See,
And
no, I don't.
that was
watched
Atlanta.
I don't think I think I watched it before, but I never actually watched it.
Who's your favorite comedian?
Honestly, people just make me laugh. I don't really think I have a favorite. I don't really have a favorite just because I feel like I'm low-key hard to make me laugh.
Okay.
Like, I feel like if it's your job to make somebody
You
laugh,
just like-
it's a little bit harder for me to laugh. Because it's like me
you
knowing you
yeah.
trying to make me laugh versus it just naturally happening.
Okay, I got
Rest is so Bernie Mac will always be my favorite comedian.
it. Yeah.
But I'm not just saying this because of this last interview. Cat Williams has always been my favorite comedian. I can't get with the Kevin Hart's.
You can't. I like Kevin Hart.
You
Kevin
know
not
what's
funny to
crazy?
me.
But you know what? They say Kevin Hart is more...
White.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I honestly,
Like,
I don't know if I've ever listened to that much comedy.
Yeah,
I
me
never
either.
thought Cat Williams was funny.
y'all heard it just like I heard it. Who was
But
it?
I don't know what his interview cracked me up.
Yeah.
Regardless. Like,
It made me want to go back and listen to Cat Williams.
Yeah.
honestly.
Entertaining.
Yeah.
I think I grew up on Cat Williams. Like, sorry, mama, daddy. My parents was like that ghetto comedy. So
mm,
coming up listening to Cat Williams in comparison to somebody like a Kevin Hart or Tiffany Haddish, it was like I couldn't relate. So even when I think about the queens of comedy, Monique is one of my favorite female comedians. But I like that raw, that uncut.
Yeah.
You gonna really give it? Don't come up here sugarcoating shit.
I seen a post yesterday
I
where they
just-
compared Monique to B. Simone, Tiffany had like they put all them in a lineup together like who's the funniest. And I went straight to the comments.
Honestly,
And
though,
somebody
because
said
I don't really
that's a
think
di-
B. Simone funny.
Somebody said that's disrespectful to
Yeah.
put Monique in the lineup with them.
A comedian.
Yeah.
Y'all, it was so many people up there, and I'm like, this don't even
'Cause
make sense.
I mean, B. Simone to me, I feel like she try too hard. Like changing her voice, she do it too much.
Baby girl.
Yeah, it's like who want to keep hearing that for real? Like every
it don't
time
give
she
authentic.
talk, yeah, it's
Like-
like she give off. I want to make you laugh.
And she's
Yeah.
not a comedian. So why would you put her in the same conversation with Monique?
But I think she do count herself as a comedian.
She count herself
She
as
do.
a comedian.
She really do. Cause she be going on. Don't she be going on tour? She be having like little live shows. She really count herself as a comedian.
Miss Netta and Charles have live shows. That don't make you no damn comedian.
That's a
bruh.
good point. That's a good point.
That
Like,
do, that
that
do
is
make
a good
She
point.
has a following, and so her following
Yeah.
is gonna come and show up wherever she goes.
That's true.
And they like what she do, but comedian, that's a stretch. That's a read. B. Simone is a
Maybe she
comedian.
feel like since she just intentional, like she's trying to make people laugh, she's automatically a comedian.
I think she started out with her little, what they're called, like scripts.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Mm-hmm.
since they made people laugh, they automatically she felt like they put her as a comedian. Now she's definitely not
But
a
technically,
comedian.
she probably just like a content creator.
She's
now.
a
That's
content
what I'm
creator.
saying. Like
She's an
she's more of an
influencer.
influencer now than she's
Yeah.
a comedian, but she's still going on tours doing comedy. Anyway.
Nene Leakes had a comedy tour too.
Speaking of Nene Leakes, look, who is the craziest reality show queen of all time?
That is crazy.
A. Nene Leakes. B. Jocelyn Hernandez. C. Tiffany New York Pollard. Or D. Tommy Lee. Now, I personally think the craziest.
Crazy.
Well, it depends how you think crazy. If I'm thinking crazy, funny, the way they act, I would say New York. But crazy, like
some screws
crazy,
is missing.
is between Jocelyn and Tommy.
Them some crazy hoes.
Yes, they are crazy. Like,
When I tell you Tommy got 5 screws, 3 of them missing, about 1 of them came loose. that she's not wrapped tight up there. She's not wrapped tight at all.
Was that Nene that they say was in the back of Sukianna taking that picture crazy at the Super Bowl? And they say she was on her phone like, it's ghetto over here.
She was over there looking at her phone.
She was on
like,
her phone. Sukianna got her legs up and
I'm going to be honest.
pictures.
Sukianna's a lot for me.
Sukianna is a lot.
She is a lot.
If I seen her in person, I would be like, yo, sis. Is this what it's giving?
I don't understand how Suki and Bobby be hanging out. I don't understand that.
No, I think they hung out. I think they hung out
was
the day of the podcast.
Not recent.
I think she wore it on her podcast.
So I think they old pictures.
I think they just hung out though. Like I felt like, say for instance, we doing this podcast today, but we gonna hang out tonight. Or like the day before.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But
I still don't see it.
No, because what got me, y'all seen where she was like, Bobby was like, so basically asking her, was she a musician? And she was like, I'm not a musician. I don't do magic.
I don't do magic. I'm like, okay.
Bobby was like,
over.
Bobby was like, no, I think you misunderstanding the word.
See, that's what I question about Sukianna, because I've watched interviews and things where I'm like, okay, she's smarter than she puts on, and I'm like, okay, are you just trolling people? Are you like trying to be?
Yeah, that's what it get character. Because I don't.
Maybe she don't. Maybe she just be confused. Like,
it got
I don't know.
Maybe she take a little too many shots.
Oh, baby, she threw Bobby off.
Yeah,
she was sitting there like,
I would have been like, huh? Like she was about to go off.
No. Somebody went back and commented on it and said, but your Instagram says musician at the top. I had to go look. Musician.
It does say musician.
There. I said, you know what? All right.
Maybe she really thought she heard like
magician.
Yeah. Maybe she really
that fool really thought she heard magician.
She was probably toned out. And then she caught the end of, I'm not a mom.
She was probably trying to be on her P's and Q's and heard the wrong thing.
And then got defensive about it. Baby,
exactly.
I ain't no magician. I don't do magic.
I guess because she felt like, too, Bobby and Funny Marco kind of like,
yeah,
they kind of like similar. So she probably thought Funny Marco.
That she would have went to Funny Marco with.
But
honestly and truly, that just all makes me question, how these motherfuckers getting famous? How?
They need to tell me something.
The right
Sell
way.
me an ebook or something.
Honestly, they probably getting famous because of where they at for acting crazy.
Location.
Okay.
Like, because she ain't Suki from like Miami.
She is.
Okay.
She's
so like, you know, they say Florida people low key stay together. Like
that's like Poor Minds got signed by Carlos.
Texas.
But they were still in Texas when they started. Yep. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
And it took 85 South to kind of really push them up.
Yeah, because Poor Minds, they really feel like Texas ain't helping them out.
They say that.
But somebody need to come sign me in Bittersfield because they ain't helping me either.
I think that was
going
hard. I think because they started there. But did they get signed while they was in Houston?
No, they had already
moved to Atlanta, and then Carlos
because Dre was already staying there, and Lex moved in with Dre.
They still go back to location.
So location, really, because Carlos pull up like, let me see what y'all doing, and then since then he just like
location and marketing, like how you put yourself out there. Marketing is such a big thing. Like I watch y'all and how y'all actually push all of your businesses. It's so big. Because
we could do really better.
Like we was looking and we was saying that we wanted a content editor to make the reels and the TikToks.
Okay.
Because that's where that's gonna pull you in.
And honestly, we should kind of push ourselves to do it because it's not like we don't know how. Well, you probably you don't know how. Mm-hmm. But see, I know how. I need to push myself to actually do it.
You got the insight to use.
Yeah, but I was just like,
because I had made that post on Facebook and so many people were commenting on it, and I never even really honestly went back to
finding the person to do it.
Oh yeah.
Because I feel like when people. This might be just me thinking now,
Just keep it real.
I feel like when people see us make posts, they instantly see dollar signs. Mm-hmm. We are not getting paid for this podcast. You get what I'm saying? Yep. So you can't come thinking
we trying to grow.
We trying to grow. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't think people will really be willing to lock in. I'm not saying that we won't pay you nothing.
But That's a part of it. Be reasonable.
But you know, some people charge by what they think you making or who they think you are.
That's what
Instead of having like a base price,
I think people think May Beauty Spa will be paying the Can't Tell Us Another Pot. You get
this is a whole separate business. It's two different entities.
It's different. That's what I'm saying.
That's also stop watching people pockets.
Yeah, exactly.
Like stay out of people pockets. Like you don't understand what it takes to make all of this happen.
Yeah.
Like running a business takes money. It ain't free. So when y'all coming looking for discounts, y'all coming looking for people just to come on, look out. You know we know each other. Fuck you.
Exactly.
Well, several times.
Fuck you. I got bills.
Exactly.
I am telling you now. Listen.
And so y'all are in the stage where y'all are growing.
Yeah. Like who knows? Who's to say that you come lock in now when we get big? You still in
That's
there.
how you gotta do it.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
we are loyal to our people, whether it's our hairstylist.
Stay down till you come up.
That's it. Stay down till you come up. I watch Horrible Decisions. I love Mandy and Weezy and watching their come up to the point where you see their editor has been with them from the beginning. Mandy talks about now they're looking for interns, people to kind of just come on and get the experience.
Mandy is which one?
The blonde one.
Okay, the other one, she been doing a lot.
She's on a lot.
She's on Weezy, right?
Yeah, Weezy.
She's on a lot. You watch that? It's horrible.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
They went on Poor Minds too one time.
They friends.
They all friends.
They actually like good friends.
And see, I like that too. I like how people can network with each other. You know
they
what
try
saying?
to help put Poor Minds on. Poor Minds was like starting their live shows.
Yep.
Like
and Horrible Decisions hadn't already did their tour.
Yeah.
And Poor Minds came along and
like an opening.
Yeah.
They opened up the shows for them.
We gotta move, bro.
We gotta help each other. That's the thing. Like, if you know you got a goal, you got an objective. I'm working towards something. Let's see how we can help each other.
Like Eureka had us host the fashion show.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say too.
Yeah,
how that's like
that's big.
It really is.
Yeah,
that's exposure. And then y'all brought her on. Like people got to hear from her, understand her story, her brand. Like,
I think people be so quick to looking at the money part of it, to where they don't even think about the long run or like the benefits that come behind it. You know what I'm saying?
But that's because they don't think about, most of the time, because we live in a society, in a generation where everything is instant gratification, they don't look at things long term.
Right.
We want it now. We need it now. Not understanding it took hundreds of years, 20, 30 years for most of these businesses to really get to the point where they are.
Right.
You have some success stories. That's why I ask, like, people like Bobby Adolphs, no offense, girl, where you came from? Are you really a plant?
Somebody else asked that. Who was it?
Because Bobby, she really came off of TikTok. But
Keke Palmer.
I felt like...
Keke Palmer asked that. She was the one that answered that.
And it's a valid question.
But you know what? I didn't like it. I didn't like that Keke asked that.
Really?
I didn't.
Why not?
Because I felt like it was kind of... I don't know. Something I remember, I think it was that question that I just felt like it was kind of shady.
I don't think I would have asked her
I really did.
on camera.
I wouldn't have asked her that on camera.
Yeah, I would have asked her that, outside. But I wouldn't have asked her that on camera.
She was trying to, like, Keke basically said, I had to get out the mud, but she didn't. Keke, you was actually a childhood actress. So actually, you made it out for real.
And Bobby, one of the few childhood actresses that still has a career that is thriving.
So really, she can't say she got out of the mud, because when you got out of the mud at 7, at 5, like, Bobby actually tried to grow her TikTok. So that's where she came from. She came from TikTok.
So, and I didn't know her, and they said she's like a mommy influencer or something like that.
Yeah, on TikTok.
I didn't know that either.
I didn't know that.
She really came on TikTok, but I felt like ever since she had that Drake, she actually started popping from Drake. Like, her TikTok, she had her following, but she got all the subscribers from Drake. Interview.
Because it's like, okay, how, even having a following like that on TikTok, how do you then transcend into a space like podcasting, and then you're getting huge guests that people who've been doing podcasts for 10 years who
like,
can't get guests like that.
Them?
How can you afford that?
Yeah.
You ain't never seen Drake on $1 million worth of game. You ain't seen him on Drink Champs.
She ain't
paying for
it. She paid for it?
No.
So how y'all think it happened?
The color. The connection.
Or charity. Something. She ain't paying for it.
Somebody have to be paying for it, though.
She's not paying for that.
For Drake?
I think what it was... Honestly, listen, it's going to sound real bad when I say this, but I think that whole Drake interview... I think Drake knew what he was doing from the beginning.
Yep.
Drake got on there, played his music, knowing that you can't do that.
Yep.
But
so it's like he did it, he gave her a little exposure, but he took it back.
And also,
okay.
And also,
I'm
technically, he probably didn't even get paid for the interview.
He probably didn't.
She probably didn't.
But I'm also fairly certain that she's signed to some type of deal, whether it's with iHeartRadio, with some company that they're forwarding her some type of advance to make these shows. Like she's getting a coin because she already has the following, so now she can go in and negotiate.
Yeah, I didn't think about that, but
I'm worth X amount of dollars.
Yeah. That makes sense. So like, Poor Mind signed to 85 South. A lot of people probably don't even know that. Because when looking at YouTube, but now I'm gonna be honest, I was watching an interview the other day with her and Lil Yachty, the Poor Mind crew, Lil Yachty.
I was just watching it,
and she said something where I was like, "Yeah, they making money, but they don't realize how much money they really making." She said, "How is some YouTubers making money?" I'm over here like, why would you ask that question when your podcast on YouTube? You should be seeing how much money you making for your podcast. So are you saying you don't know how much money you really making? Mm-mm. You just signed a deal that you thought was automatically good versus thinking, let me go look on the YouTube channel, which means they probably can't even see their own stuff.
Yep.
That's why a lot of people stay solo.
I said, why would she say that? Like, it caught me too much. Like, it don't make sense for you to say you don't understand how YouTube is making money. Like, what?
Because honestly and truly, you would think a big portion of their
money comes from YouTube.
Mm-hmm. But I then found that out. I was on another one of my friends' podcasts, and she was telling me, like, a lot of their revenue comes from Spotify and, like, Apple Podcasts and things of that nature, building up your following on there. And I'm just like, I watch it on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't even
think about using other streaming.
I don't. Matter of fact, I watch all of my podcasts on YouTube. The only one that I watch off of YouTube is Tonight's Conversation because you have to.
You gotta, but they were smart about
that.
They
were so smart. They smart.
Only put like little short
clips,
or they might go live during the show.
Mm-hmm. They put shorts,
but you know everybody not catching you live.
Nope. And then so now you gotta go download their app, revenue. Mm-hmm. Then you gotta subscribe, revenue, and then there's more purchases that you can make within the app.
Card games.
They're really smart. They're really
smart. They played it well, and then now they're on tour.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And guess who want to see them? Me. So that's some more money they finna make.
Yeah.
Because I
they just made a new game. Wasn't it him that just made a new game? No, that wasn't. That was Charged to the Game.
Oh,
they got a new game.
They got
a new game.
Jenga in the Charged to the Game form now. Where you pull one,
Oh, I know that's dope.
I guess now you know what these people.
They gonna get sued though. Jingle gonna sue the hell out of them people.
Oh god.
Let me tell y'all. Just to go ahead and let y'all know, if y'all didn't know, these drinks
exquisite,
immaculate, baby.
Woo! Now you got that Okay. Y'all still got a card?
He do.
Okay.
Oh, I do.
You got one more. You got a new one.
Oh, I do. Damn.
Come on now,
Finish the phrase. Mama said, stop running in and out this house before you A, hurt yourself, B, let her fly in, C, break my screen door, D, let my good air out.
Gotta be let my good air out.
I'm about to say gotta be let my good air out. Which
it
one
gotta be.
Honestly, it gotta be all the above.
Technically, it really is all the above.
It's all the above because they didn't got nothing highlighted. But I was like, it's all of them.
Is that majority rules? That the back of it say?
Yep. Oh.
Okay, well, hold on. What? Let me see it one more time.
So we got hurt yourself, let her fly in, break my screen door, let my good air out.
It's between let her fly in and D for me.
It's D. I heard that more growing up.
Yeah,
the air
for sure.
You in the summertime,
and then don't come in here smell like outside.
Yeah.
And you know what? I ain't noticed what outside smelled like till I started coaching.
For real?
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so tell the people what you do.
Oh, so let me talk to y'all a little bit. In my day life, I am an account manager at a company working with businesses. I also am a dance coach. I coach a team out of North Carolina called the Dynamic Dancer Rubies. Go look us up on Instagram and YouTube, Carolina Athletics. I've been coaching there for about 4 years now. I also, this year, I coached for the first time Marlboro County High School's marching band Fame.
You did?
You did?
Yes, this was my first year coaching.
Wait.
That's
you.
That's me.
Wait.
That's me.
Wait a minute.
Wait. I forgot. We did Destiny on makeup.
Yeah, you did my baby
One of them
makeup.
too. Okay, yeah. I was about to say, because she was trying to explain who her coach was, but I wasn't realizing who she was talking about. That's crazy.
The one and only.
I love it because she said you really like them to look.
Oh, they got to be put together.
Yeah, I love that.
And you know why? Because you come from the class.
I love that.
Back then, where they didn't play the stuff that they started playing.
You know.
That's right.
So for you, those of you who don't know, me and Diamond both with 2014.
2014.
10 years this year. Oh my God.
10 years this year.
But,
how y'all feel?
Oh.
He's starting to feel it, boy.
Girl.
No, for real. I was at practice yesterday, and I had a student tell me, I was like, I need you to do X, Y, Z. And she was like, you do it.
Oh, Lord. She was playing, right?
No, she was dead ass. And I was legit, like, I had to catch myself, like, who you talking
to? And that's why I can't be a teacher.
It's hard to work with children, especially at
you know why?
older age.
Okay, and she feel like she 18. She feel like she grown.
Oh, yeah.
So she about to graduate. She's like, and I'm like,
you ain't that far apart from them. It's like,
you might just catch these hands real quick, or I might cuss you and your mama out.
Right.
But I think that's the most difficult part, is dealing with the attitudes, and I don't bite my tongue. I'm gonna say it. Y'all not raising y'all kids right, and I ain't got kids, but that's just what it is.
It is.
Like, these children don't have no sense of accountability. The work ethic is off, and it's not all of them. I'm not gonna put them all in the same box, because you have
but some of the ones that are misbehaved,
then. And again,
ooh,
I don't have kids either.
I was about to ask. I got a question.
From the outside looking in,
we were once children.
The grandmas getting younger. The grandmas ain't grandma like they was when we had grandmas.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? The grandma's still outside with us.
That's the problem. The grandmas is outside.
My mama told me growing up, I ain't one of your little friends.
Hello?
But now y'all are friends.
Y'all friends. You follow your baby on Instagram, social media. You see them doing this in their fucking stories.
Exactly.
And you wonder why me as a coach,
I cannot. For sticking up milk.
I can't let your child represent my organization like this with my jacket on.
Exactly.
And now y'all ain't on the same page.
We're not on the same page.
When I cheered, that's what they told us too.
So where the grandma at?
My
head button, because it's more like you the parent. Hey, don't.
That's just like what cheering.
Shoot the messenger.
I feel like the best coach I had was Miss Boston.
Miss Boston was tough, baby, but
she was tough, but she knew what she was doing.
She knew what she was doing.
Like, I don't care what nobody say. They could feel however they feel about her, but when it came to her doing actually coaching and telling us to behave ourselves, I loved it.
And she set a structure. Like, she had just that structure. I wasn't a cheerleader for Miss Boston, but I ran track Miss Boston, and I was in her class. So you know, like, it's the same across the board. She's
really
very much so direct. You know what to expect. And I think it's that
structure. And you know
structure.
she's going to take up for you, too.
She is.
It's like
she got your back.
She got you.
Yep. Like a parent.
She really is like a parent.
Like a parent. Just, child.
I love Miss Boston. I really am.
But these parents ain't parenting. These parents would rather be out chasing men who don't want them. Up here on social media front and trying to pretend like they got something that they don't got, instead of focusing on your
child. And then you know what gets me? It's the kids. Later on, you come across them, you have a conversation with them, and guess what they doing? Talking bad about the parents that tried to be their friend.
But y'all ain't ready for that conversation.
Listen.
Kids. But okay, speaking of kids, do y'all want kids?
I want kids.
I do. I want at least one.
Okay, so how would you raise them? Would you do gentle parenting, or would you
man,
would you just tap them every now and then?
Not tap them.
Tap.
It all depends, honestly.
So I don't believe in ass whooping. I'm just saying that out the gate. I don't. It's a part of me that just feels like it's something it does not work. I know for me, my grandma was the only person that ever beat my ass. And really, I told her as I got older, you didn't have to beat me. You could have talked to me.
But do you feel like some children should be beat though?
I
feel like some of them, honestly, I feel like I understand not hitting them for like everything they do, but say for instance, they call you a bitch in the store in front of the whole 10 people, like a whole 100 people.
Wait a minute,
what you gonna do?
If your child called you a bitch in the store in front of these people, you had a problem before you got in that store.
But so what would you do? You don't think that's like worth a little?
No,
whooping?
I think that's worth you going back and evaluating your parenting skills, because I think if you're beating your child, it's because you don't have the emotional intelligence to verbalize why you're upset. Most of the time, I can look back, and I love my grandmother to death, but because of the situation she was raised in, that's what she knew. And coming from that, it comes from slavery. So instead of just actually communicating, I don't like the way you did that. I don't think it's a better way to handle that situation. Why am I gonna beat you?
I like that.
And then you get mad when your child go to school and they want to fight, or they can't verbally and actually communicate how they feel, or they throw a tantrum. You never showed them.
I had a client not too long ago came in here. And she said, she works in the school district too. And she said that a little girl got in a fight. And the little girl told her, she asked pretty much, like what was going on, yada, yada. The little girl said, my mama told me that if she say something else to me, hit her. Boom. It don't matter what if she say anything to me, hit her. Boom. And she said, she was like,
that's
like,
not funny,
what?
That's not funny. I'm laughing, but that's not funny. What?
She said, she was like, what? And she was like, my mama told me. And she said she talked to the girl mama, and the girl mama said it. And I was like, you know what, though? That's not the problem.
No.
Okay? I said, what the mama said is not the problem, because my mama said the same thing to me.
We all grew up like
But the problem is, somewhere in there, the mama did not have enough power. If my mama said it to me, I know better than to go to school and say, my mama said it.
That's true.
I know better than to throw my mama under the bus like.
Now we gotta get child protective services involved.
That's true.
I'm not gonna go to school and say, you just throw them cars out there.
No.
I'm not gonna say, my mama said, don't beat this kid down.
Mama said knock you out. Now because I think all of us know, like, our parents have said, if they hit you, you hit them back.
You hit them back.
Right.
That's kind of a common thing. But we talking about if you ask most kids.
I got a little. What if the little girl was being bullied by the same person over and over and over again?
Regardless,
think about bullying. Add bullying.
Hit her back. But I'm not gonna tell the teacher, the principal, nobody that my mama said.
I'm training my kids to whoop ass. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yes,
I may not whoop they ass, but you not about to let nobody else whoop your ass. Like,
imagine if this girl was getting bullied over and over again. She keep telling her mama, she keep bullying me. She keep bullying me. Say for instance, her mom went to the school, said this little girl bullying my daughter. I'm not saying this is what happened. I'm saying
I get what you're saying.
You don't think your mama be like, hit her?
That's different. My mama can come to school and say she got one more time to hit my child, and I told her to knock out. As a kid though, why are you going to school saying my mama said?
Now that's the part I don't say my mama said.
That's what I'm saying. That's the only problem
I see. But honestly and truly, as a child, you already know I'm grown. I'm about to be 30, and I still be like, well, my mama told me. Because once I got my mama validation, I don't give a fuck what none of y'all say. Vicky said it's cool.
But see, that's different. Think about when you was in school though. You was not going to school saying. My mama said.
I mean, we wasn't.
You know what?
But you gotta think.
Child, you know what?
You was.
I ain't gonna hold you.
You know what? Take always been so outspoken.
I ain't gonna hold you. My mouth has always been. Well, my mama told me I ain't had to. What? My mama told me I could just pray about it and we gonna be good.
It depends too, though.
My mama said in an argument with another student. But I ain't finna go tell the teacher. My mama.
I feel like if
not throwing my mama on the bus.
I want to throw my mama on the bus, but I feel like once my mama have to come to the school to talk, she'd be like, I told my daughter. Oh yeah,
my mama gonna for sure stand on what she said.
So what? You might as well say it. My mama told me, and when she comes to the school and defend me, she gonna tell you she told me.
So do y'all think gentle parenting is a real thing, or is it?
That's what I'm wondering.
I think it is.
I think it is, but I feel like when children get around other kids, when kids get around other kids,
they influence them.
Yeah, so I feel like if you teaching your child gentle parenting, as soon as they hit the right person, that person can convert your child because it's like a new environment to them. Now they attach themselves to this.
That's kind of like sheltering your kids, and then when they go to college, you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's kind of all the same. But I do feel like gentle parenting is a thing. I think it goes hand in hand with whipping though. Honestly, it sounds kind of bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like I won't just say I won't beat my children, but honestly, I would not beat my children a lot. But if they did something too extreme, I might have to at least show them that, okay, I might have to tap you.
What's something you think you would beat your child for?
Calling me a bitch in front of 100 people.
What? Oh my God.
But you don't even give me the type that would raise a child that would even think that that's okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't. But you gotta think, once children get around other children, it's like they adapt to their environment.
I don't know about that. And I'm going to disagree.
I really do.
I'm going to disagree. I think they will adapt to their environment, but I also think they know the environment they came from. They know. It's like code switching. It's like me. My mom and them know I've been cursing since I was 8.
But you're not going to curse around them.
But even to this day, I still don't curse around my parents.
Same. Yeah.
So it's like, I can't even say other kids really influenced me to do that. My whole family curse bad. So I picked that up. But I think children always know how to turn it on and turn it off, and if their parents are gonna take something, that's a big part of the issue.
But think about the children that actually start going crazy, like the ones that's actually like not caring about what they was taught. Generally, then you would have to kind of,
But generally, I will still always go back to, you can't even blame the child, because we can probably go back to some trauma that the parent failed to actually point on. Because I can never blame a child for anything, because they're still a child. You have too many inequipped parents who are just laying down having sex and ain't trying to be parents.
But,
and then they want to go and blame.
What about the parents that's actually being a parent? Like, say you really doing the best for your child. Like, let's just say the scenario is I'm literally the best parent.
Ain't no such thing.
But I'm talking about the scenario.
Okay.
But literally, think about you having, like, you raising the best.
You're giving them everything.
Yeah, like you doing everything you possibly can, and then as soon as your child get to like a group of bad friends, and now they want to act like these people, even though you raised them right, so you don't feel like.
I think that's just.
I think it's the age too,
and I think it's a little curiosity.
Yeah.
Just because, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I think.
For example, it sounds crazy. So, I never knew what weed was.
True.
I never knew what weed was until I got around other people.
True.
Okay. That makes sense.
Never knew what weed was.
True.
It's like things you learn, like.
Or talking to people now, and they be like,
I never knew about a lot
since I was 7.
Yeah.
7?
Like, think about the children that actually smoking at young ages. Yeah. I didn't even know people were smoking in middle school.
Yes, they were.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
none of that.
Yeah. Nothing. Like, I didn't know what weed was in middle school.
In middle school in the bathroom.
For real.
Child, you know what?
For real. So I think, like, once people get around other people, that's when they like, oh, so this is the real world. Like,
yes.
Like, but this was my parents' world, but I'm in the real world now.
But I also think it goes back to how you raise your children.
Yeah.
Because if you really, I don't believe in sheltering kids. I believe in them letting them know what's out there. Like, don't hide nothing from them, letting them know if you get into this is what could possibly happen. And it has to be a thin line of giving them the freedom and the space to explore the world on their own, make their own decisions, but also guiding them in a direction that is like, look, I made this mistake. I know you're going to do what you want to do, but kind of listen. Take my advice. Because I had very chill parents. I'm going to be honest. My mom and daddy had me at 18 and 19. So I grew up with my parents. Right. So by the time I got to high school, I had my license in 10th grade. I was out all night. Me and my friends, but my parents knew that they had taught me enough to where I wasn't going to be out there making those stupid decisions.
Right.
We sat at the lake. We went to McDonald's. We went to somebody else's house and chilled. But I wasn't smoking. I wasn't drinking or getting drunk. But they gave me the freedom to, like, explore.
Right.
So when I got to college, it was a lot of things that was new to other people that wasn't new to me. Like, my parents didn't mind us going to Fayetteville or us going to the beach for the day and learning how to be adults on our own. Now?
Yeah.
Child.
Makes sense too.
Child, I'm going to tell you, I ain't going to say, somebody I know, one of these children I know, they got lost with the GPS. They were coming from Florence and got lost and had to have their mama come meet them because they could not understand how to get to make the GPS get them back home.
Oh wait, I was laughing, but you for real?
On dead ass.
Like they didn't know how to work the GPS. What you saying? That's what you're saying, right? For real?
That's dead ass.
Literally what you saying.
Literally what I'm saying.
What in the world? Oh my god!
And you can't blame the child. You gotta blame the parent because you're gonna put your child in a car.
Yes.
To drive off by themselves and they can't physically get back home. What if your phone died? Anything, like they don't have the resources or the skills to actually survive. You know what's killing me the
most is that you said Florence.
Florence.
Yes.
It's right there.
The same way you got there, it's like 5 different ways you can come back, baby. You could choose the side of the hill. You can take 95. You can take 34. It's so many different ways.
You know what?
Sad. It's sad.
How old were they?
17.
Oh Lord.
Now they about to get ready to go off to school and stuff.
About to go off to school by themselves. And now the parents have anxiety because you ain't properly equipped your child to be in the real world.
Yeah.
I think.
Now, personally, me, I'm going to tell you. I know how to work a GPS. But do I know how to follow it correctly? That's another story. So I at first, like, me literally hearing they didn't know how to work it was like one thing. But then when I think about it, I know how to follow it. But sometimes GPSs be confusing me.
It can. I can see that.
It can get confusing, but not to know how to work it at all is crazy.
It's crazy.
Honestly, you know why it's confusing? Because you're focusing only on the GPS. You can't do that. You got to tie the GPS in with the signs.
Yes.
You got to read the signs. You got to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You can't just say, okay, because then when the GPS tell you to turn right, you done passed the. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, especially once you get into these cities,
you
like
you
got to see it coming.
Because coming into Atlanta, I remember I was my very first time driving into Atlanta, and I love to drive. I'm a driver, and I remember I wasn't paying that damn GPS no attention. It just said you're gonna go right. It didn't tell me it was gonna be 3 different rights. You got right going into Atlanta. You got right going to Alabama. You got right going this. I'm like, hold on, I'm not gonna be in the left hand lane. So. But it's things like that. My parents ain't never.
You know what's crazy too? Because I drove to Atlanta, y'all. If y'all don't know, I don't drive, but I drove to Atlanta. And that's why I really feel like Atlanta is
but you've always been the driver. Always been the driver. You thought that must think in the wind, baby.
Listen, I'm the driver. Yoki drove to Atlanta, child.
And that's why I feel like Atlanta is probably really low key my home.
Okay.
Because why did I drive to Atlanta when I can barely drive to Florence? Why am I driving to Atlanta when I can barely drive to Fayetteville?
And you drove in Atlanta.
I drove us there to the hotel and everything.
Took the
in a big old truck. Not even in like something small.
The Grand Wagoneer.
Yes. I'm like, wait a minute. Yes. And I'm like, okay, God, I think this is like a sign saying. This is a sign saying Atlanta might be for me. For real.
I think that's a sign because
for real.
Atlanta, I would tell people, if you can drive in Atlanta, New York. If you can drive in Atlanta, New York is definitely good.
Different.
And you know what? I feel like Charlotte is actually worse than Atlanta with driving. Charlotte got newer roads than Atlanta. Atlanta roads is like old, but like the same. Charlotte, they keep getting these new roads.
They building
like,
new highways.
What was that little road? It was like you could drive this way, that way, that way. But it was like cars could still come too.
I know what you're talking about. Coming on to 77, they just built that.
Like what is that?
What is that?
If I had to actually do that.
But Atlanta's worse. I promise you. Like when you really
it is, we be in the same area for the most part. You get what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a big circle. We're not really touching Atlanta. We're not touching all them different. We stay low key.
And so we never been to Houston.
Houston got a speed limit of 80 miles per hour. And in some areas of Texas is 85.
I know who.
Like when you're going
speed limit,
we rolling.
I need to go to Texas.
Let me tell you, baby, we rolling.
You telling me the
when
speed.
you going from Houston to Dallas, 85, and I mean that means you can legally do 90.
Exactly.
Wide open.
Boy.
Or I gotta pray to drive a little bit longer. But see, we never been on an airplane.
Yeah.
We never flew. Like we never did a lot of things for real. So it's like this year we're really trying to do more.
We trying to.
So like I know for a fact that I'm flying somewhere this year, but I'm scared.
I believe
y'all heard me say it here because I'm gonna tell it to y'all, so we ain't got no discrepancies. I'm going with them. We're going together.
We're going to have to.
Let's
I know
do
that would
this.
be a
For real.
time.
Let's have a
That would be a
time.
For real.
Flying ain't nothing but riding on the bus in the air.
But see, I'm scared. So,
but you know what?
Which one got more take off and landing? Which one rough? More rough.
Landing is rougher.
Really?
Landing is rougher for me.
It'd be bouncing.
It'd be bouncy, and like I've landed one time in like a storm, and you felt when the plane hit the runway, it like
oh, God.
slid. I was like, oh my goodness, we gonna die. And I'm crazy because I'm a nerd, so I watch all these videos on YouTube, like of airplane crashes and shit.
I promise you.
You know what?
So
I ain't going with him. You heard me
I'm sitting
first.
up here.
I don't even care.
Taking off. You be good.
I'm gonna take some sleeping medicine regardless.
That's why I tell people, take a Benadryl.
For real.
Knock out.
This one lady I used to work with, though, she was like, no, you're not supposed to go to sleep on the plane. And I was like, what? She was like, because something happened, you don't want to know what's happening, right?
What?
I don't
what
want
can
to
I
know.
do? What can I do?
I do not want to know.
We're 30,000 feet in the air, baby.
Exactly. I don't want to know.
I always said that when I die anyway, I want to be asleep.
I want to be asleep.
Listen.
For real. But it's like, it's really terrifying because it's like, last year when I said I want to fly, I wasn't scared. But being that I know I'm going to fly this year, I'm kind of scared. Like, I know for a fact I'm flying. I don't know where.
Don't be scared.
But I'm scared.
Don't, like, once you get in the air, I promise you, it's cool. Like, it's literally the taking off and the landing that's the most difficult part about it. And if it's a cool, sunny, smooth day, it really ain't no issue with that. So, I promise.
Who do you like to fly with?
I prefer Delta.
Over American? You ever flew American?
I fly American more than I fly anything because they have better deals than Delta. I ain't gonna hold you.
Okay.
So I have more mileage with American than I do Delta.
Okay.
But Delta has more amenities that I like, and they're for us.
Oh, really?
You'll see, like, when you go to Delta, especially like in Atlanta, everybody working in Delta Black. You feel at home.
Because I know when a lot of people say about their mileage and calculating stuff, like, and end up getting like rewards, right? Mm-hmm. And I always hear about Delta rewards versus American.
Delta has better rewards. Delta has rate, but I ain't got one of them credit cards to get them rewards like that anyway, or the mileage that they be talking about. All these podcasters be saying they got.
That's what I be listening to.
Listen, I said I gotta get on it.
We're gonna talk
hotels and all kind of stuff. I gotta get on it.
I
gotta get on it
and get that business credit right, and you really start actually. You're not spending because they're not spending their money. These are business cards.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I really gotta learn how to do.
And you think that's another downfall for our location?
It's like people don't know nothing.
And if they do, they ain't telling you.
Yep.
They're not telling you. They're not telling you.
Okay.
Listen, I think we stay in the capital of gatekeeping.
I ain't want to go there. You gonna make me go there?
Just saying. Just saying.
Y'all know that's really part of the issue is
gatekeeping
and like you have the resources and the knowledge to help put someone else on.
And people are scared that you're gonna go around them.
And everything is not a competition.
It's enough out here for everybody.
For real, it's not.
You know what? I always said it, but I don't think until I got in it
that you really
experienced it. Like the smallest things.
Like right now, I'm in the process of trying to find me a training for something, the beauty industry. So this girl from Florence, like, I was already thinking about it. This girl from Florence ended up getting a certification for it. So, me, I'm like, shoot, let me just go ahead and send her a message since she went through it. Mm-hmm. I'm going to just ask her, like, who her trainer was. She didn't even give it to me. I'm like, girl, I'm in Bennettsville. Even though it's like 45 minutes away, it's not like I'm really your competition because I'm in Bennettsville. But even though some people don't mind driving.
You know what?
But like, I went to school with her too, like Killer Schuler. So I'm just like, girl.
See, that's what it is.
Because they probably knew me.
I done grew up now to realize that people see a higher potential in you than you do in yourself.
Yeah, it must be.
So she looked at you and said, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I can't believe it. Shoot,
ain't no way.
Because I think I gave her Brazilian before in school. And so I'm just like, shoot, we cool now. Because, like, if I have to... She got it to me. She said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to practice a few more times. Or I'm going to do a couple more people. And then I'll be ready, probably. But no.
So now you want her to pay... She wants you to pay her.
Like... See, I wanted a person. She was like, before I want to do a couple people before I give people out her information. She didn't tell me that.
What they got to do anything?
I don't know.
So now you holding up two people businesses.
Exactly. And I bet that the trainer, if she knew that, she would not have
trainer. Somebody told me one time, they said, Diamond, I'm not, somebody be asking me where I be going, and I don't tell them you. I said,
yeah, that is crazy.
Because if you start getting booked up, then I can't get in.
Oh, like, what? That's crazy. It's crazy.
You trying to stop my bad, baby? I'm gonna have to stop working with you anyway because you ain't.
Exactly.
What?
Like,
you
really,
a op.
You making me feel like I don't want to do you.
What?
Like, you know what? Even
Why would
like,
you do that?
No lie. When I do people lashes, and I can see them tag everybody in everything they do, but they don't tag me, I'm like, you tagging literally everybody.
I'm a photographer, so I
for real? Yeah. Like, you tagging everybody. You literally tagging everybody. But you can't tag me when I do something for you. It's crazy.
You know what else I can't stand? Lord, since we here, I cannot stand for it to be that one blue thumbs up on a picture or a post full of red hearts.
Look.
I cannot stand that. Because that shows me exactly how I need to be looking. Like, some people look at stuff like it's small.
It depends.
Nah, you're right, it do. If it's an older person.
I was just about to say, if it's an older person.
If it's older person.
They only gonna push like.
I let them slide, because I know you know.
Now, if you seen that same person like everybody's stuff, I wouldn't think nothing of it. But if you know they know how to work the loves, then it's low-key like.
The loves.
Okay.
But no, that's it. Like, how can you go get a service from someone? You go out there, have people comment. You love it. People are commenting you on the service that you got from this person, and you don't even tell people who provided it.
Exactly. That's so crazy. That is crazy.
I did this photoshop with this owner, and she's an entrepreneur. Like, she does it herself. I got online. I'm like, it's my picture. Like, I took this.
Really?
You know what? I think too. That's just so crazy to me, because now that I'm in it, I understand what it's like to give somebody else their flowers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not finna go out there and love something.
Mm-hmm.
Love it to death. And not say.
Like my braids. I had them in for a while. This is the longest I ever kept braids. And so really, I kept these braids in this long just to see how long I can keep them. Because I never did it. So now people still calling me. I'm like, Didi did them. Didi did them. Didi did them. Because I was really happy. Like, I'm really happy. Why would I try to stop you from going to the same person? Stop you from making money.
Because it goes back to what I call is that small town mentality. But you see it outside of a small town. But it's more so in small towns where people love exclusivity. They love feeling like they got the best this, the hottest this. They got connections to this, and you can't have it.
You know why? Because that school popularity from back in 17 years ago is still stuck in their head.
Come on now. And that's another part of the problem.
We're gonna talk about
school. We're grown now. And the problem is, we're grown now. When we were in school, they had special ed. They had all these separate classes to show you who was what and how to differentiate.
And now we all together. We all together. I ain't meant to be out here with everybody.
I know.
I am.
So now you doing business with people who you know damn well couldn't even punch in their lunch number by themselves. Stop playing with me.
Mm-hmm. That's so true. People you think low-key a little.
These same people are running businesses.
You will never know it. Monique. What you saying? Monique. She was in a special ed. She was in a special ed class.
Girl, I thought you said special ed class. I was about to say, wait a minute. Wait. Oh my God.
Stop
I was about to say, slow down, yo.
She was in a special ed class. Steve Harvey stutters. Like, these people you would never know. And it's the same.
To stop a stutter, he real talented.
You get what I'm saying?
He had to practice so hard. Like, stuttering can really be so hard.
The more I think about this stuff out here for real, though, it's just like, I gotta go. Anybody that moved away?
I do got a question.
I don't never want to move back. It ain't even. It's not because. I mean, it's just what you move back here for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand if it's something life changing.
Yeah.
Where you got to take care of family member or something like that, or you just lost everything, got to start over one time. Like, but if you flourishing,
it's so much out here in the world to see. It's so much world, so many things to learn and understand. And I feel like if you allow yourself to get stuck in the same cycles that your mama, your daddy, your auntie, your uncle have always been in, you're cutting yourself short. Like, I could have easily, and this ain't no shade to anybody, because for some people, this is what works. This is what's best for them. But I knew for me, since we were in high school, I gotta get the hell up out of here. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not nothing wrong with it at all. Because my family, my parents, they love it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But once I got outside and started experiencing the world and seeing things differently, it was like, whoa. It's so much more.
I think it's too because, okay, I'm gonna say times change. You know what I'm saying? So it's even more out here now to do than it was when they were growing up.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like, okay, now social media for one, the biggest thing everybody's seeing everything on social media.
Social media.
That's gonna make you want to go do it. Even when it comes to facials.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Come on now.
Come on.
Be for real.
When you see people doing facials and getting waxes.
Come on.
And I mean, we had licensed cosmetologists and everything right here, but you ain't seen nobody doing it. Mm-hmm. It was the exposure of seeing like
other people doing trendy things. So really, technically, followers.
That go.
So I got a question for y'all.
Uh-oh.
Let me hear it.
Oh, God.
Now, this simple. Y'all single or in a relationship? Yeah. Are y'all single or in a relationship with y'all?
I'm in a relationship.
Okay.
I'm in the talking stage.
What that mean? Like a situationship?
Okay.
Yo, this is crazy.
Yo, this is really crazy.
This is so crazy. We were just having this conversation. We was having a conversation with our mom.
And now, mind you, she low-key old school.
Okay. So she got a different perspective.
Yes.
And that's what I was telling her.
Yes.
We went back and forth between, okay, first of all, number one.
Let me go ahead and
They use the word courting.
For what? Dating or for... Okay, do you feel like there's a difference between the talking stage and dating?
Yes.
Because what? What's the difference? Which one more serious?
Dating is more serious than talking.
And see, I low-key said talking kind of more serious. Because technically, dating, you mean you can date you can date other people. You know what I'm saying? People think date, like, I feel like now in times when people say I'm dating, that means they're dating other people.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? Like, so, you can date many other people when you're in a dating.
I have two classifications for that. I have dating and I have dating exclusively.
Right.
Because I feel like you should get to a point of dating exclusively before you jump into a full relationship.
Yeah. Right.
But I think talking comes before dating. And also talking is in the midst of dating. Because I can be talking to you, getting to know you, but I'm still dating and getting to know other people. I always tell people, you're not going to ever really meet somebody and they're not talking to nobody else. And if they did say, oh, I'm not talking to nobody else, just go ahead and let them go. Because that seems like a lot to me. But understanding that until we communicate that, hey, I'm cutting everybody off, you cutting everybody off, I can date who I want. I don't use the word talking because I talk to my grandma. I talk to my coworkers. I like a little more understanding and clarity to what we're doing. So if we are dating, am I dating openly or am I dating exclusively? Because if I'm dating exclusive, I like to date exclusive because I think too many people jump straight out of being single into a relationship without any buffer zone of trying to give each other time and space to transition there. So once you go from dating, say I'm 4 or 5, I say it's like a job. Y'all hiring somebody. Y'all looking to hire somebody. Are y'all going to interview one person at a time? Y'all going to interview multiple candidates at once. Then you're going to narrow down the process to see, okay, who's going to, maybe your top 3, who's going to be the best fit. And then you're going to hire someone on a trial probationary period to see like, okay, 90 days. Let's see what you're working with. We are dating each other exclusively. You're the only person who got this job. But you don't get full benefits. You don't get the 401k, the insurance, the pension until 90 days. And that's after what I call dating exclusively. I got this because I don't feel you can really get to know a person if you have too many other people around. So if you want to be in a relationship, cut them other people off. Focus on getting to know one person, and then y'all decide whether or not is this going to work. Most people break up because they ain't take that time to figure out if they liked each other outside of just being single.
Okay, question. How long do you give yourself in the quote-unquote talking stage or the dating stage? Let's start there first.
Old me, I was very strict by like, look, okay, 90 days. We need to know what we're doing. We get in a relationship within 90 days.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so a little context. I've been in one really long-term relationship. We was together like 4 years. We lived together and everything. Then I got in another relationship after that, and I lived with somebody else. But it didn't last as long. So I'm now in the space of my life where I'm not putting no times on it. It's like really just
going with the flow. You seeing the vibe.
I don't like that.
Now that's different.
I don't like going with the flow. Because going with the flow, I'm too much of a control freak for going with the flow. It elicits that you don't have any intention for what you plan on doing. And I like to be intentional when it comes to dating. What the fuck do you want? Do we want the same things? Because if we're not aligned about the same things, why are we even doing this? Like, what's the purpose?
Is our end goal the same?
Is our end goal the same? Mm-hmm. So it may be a year that we just dated before we decide that we want to be in a relationship. But that entire year was intentional. We did the dates. We took trips. We got to meet family. We got to do things that made me see, okay, do I want to be with this person for real? Because you don't want to be in a situation with somebody and then you realize, I don't even like this motherfucker. I don't even like him. And that happens a lot.
You do?
Like, I was with somebody and I would literally walk past them and be like, I can't stand this motherfucker. Like, getting upset and irritated because
it's the name, the sight.
To hear you breathe. And there's so many people together now, they don't even like each other.
Whoop. So how long do you give yourself before you bring somebody around your family? And does it depend on the family?
Ding, 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 ding. Mom and Dad, I told y'all not to watch this, so if you're watching and you're this far in this, it's your fault.
Now you're this far into this.
I always warn people, my parents are standoffish. Like, they can be they're both Virgos.
Okay.
They are...
What's the characteristic of a Virgo?
Characteristic of Virgo are they're earth signs, so they can be very pragmatic, logical about things. They're not the most emotional people, the most warm people at times. It takes them time to really trust you and build that connection with you. Perfectionist in many sense.
Okay.
So I don't introduce nobody to my mom or daddy first.
Okay.
Generally, that's not my route. I like to go the route of my aunts and cousins. That's easy. I know my aunts, they gonna always, hey baby, come give me a hug, like embrace.
Yeah.
My cousins, they get along with just about anybody. So once you met them, then I can kind of branch into, I'm still gonna go to the grandmas before I go to my parents most of the time. Like, grandmas are a little more warm, but.
So you start off by the more.
Outside,
and you work towards the most important.
Yes. Yes. And honestly and truly, I can't even say it's the most important. Because as I became an adult, I curated a different family in a sense. Like, no, I love my family to death.
Right.
But they don't play the most vital role in my life. My friends that I've created as adults are closer to me in a sense. Like, all my homegirls in Greensboro, that's who I call. If I'm in a bind or need something, they're closer to me, so they're going to pull up. So you're going to be around my friends and my family, the family that I created for myself more than my actual family.
Right.
So I don't even press, like, the situation of, oh, you got to meet my mom and dad. Like, you're going to meet them because I'm a family person in general. Like, you're going to meet my family, but I'm actually I care more about you clicking with my friends. Like, that's my circle.
Okay. I can understand that.
How you feel?
You think so?
Same way, pretty much.
Overall, yeah. But it's because my parents are more strict.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I done tried the thing where, okay, I'm bringing around my parents. You get what I'm saying? But now that I'm older, I just feel like I want to know the person first. Because if I'm bringing if I done talk to somebody, you know, being real, okay, I call myself getting to know this person. I done brought you around my parents. We don't work out. We don't talk. I bring somebody else around my parents. Eventually, in their head, they're gonna be like, "Now listen.
What you gonna do?
Now, how many people you gonna keep bringing around?" So now, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna talk. We gonna create a bond. We gonna grow. I'm gonna bring you around my cousins and stuff first.
Yep.
Now, for instance, you gonna talk to Yoki first.
Mm-hmm.
Because we stay together. This is my sister. So on the phone, you're gonna have conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Yoki boyfriend.
I'm in the category of one of the most important, right?
Girl, please stop playing.
Just to be sure.
I'm just making sure.
Yes, but you know what's crazy though? I look at you more as a best friend than I do a sister.
Wow.
Like, yeah, you're my sister. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But it's like you just said.
Stop it.
Your friends,
your friends
that's
are important. Like, your family important, but your friends, and you're more like a friend to me. Like, yeah, you're my sister, but it's like, come on, bro. Come on.
We're friends, but I don't let you have it as a sister sometimes.
Y'all know every episode, this girl has to start with me every time.
What?
Let me finish what I'm saying.
Who asked the question?
Me.
Exactly.
You just turn around and
you started with me.
No, I didn't.
Now answer my question.
Anyway, listen. What I was saying was, since we stay together, you're gonna have conversations with Yoki.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Natural.
When we get to start doing outings, that's when I'm gonna bring, like, okay, cool. You still might hit Yoki and her boyfriend first.
Mm-hmm.
When we get to group activities, and I start bringing my cousins in, I gotta see your personality around groups of people.
How everybody can click.
Because I am a very family-oriented person. Cookouts and stuff, I want to be I'm planning it.
Yeah.
Trips, I'm the one planning it.
But she also more family-oriented because she ain't really got too many friends, especially local friends with us. So it's not like we're really out and about meeting other people, getting close to them because
that's the
we're where we at with
that's
our family. True. We here with the family, so we're gonna be with family.
So do you feel like if you were to move and create a different circle,
then we would probably feel the same way as you? But like being that we here with our family, we automatically saying family because that's who we all we hang around.
Our cousins are our friends. This you know
pretty
that's
much.
Always
that's who we just hang around.
Yeah, like that's it. I mean, and vice versa. So it's like,
and that's a small town thing too.
It is
exactly.
It is
small
like
it is.
You would
Where
think.
Are you from?
It's a country in North Carolina. It's small like this.
See,
it's actually a little bit bigger than us, but like
it's bigger than y'all.
It's still kind of small.
It's still small.
Henderson around what? Charlotte.
Oh no, Lord Jesus.
Oh, where?
Basically near Virginia, really.
Virginia.
Like,
you up there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah.
And that's when I really started to notice the dynamics between like small towns and how that works. Because dating somebody else who's from a small town is like, oh shit, y'all get down how we get down. Like,
right.
You hang out with your family mostly too. So
cookouts, same people always come around. Holidays, same people always come around. You get what I'm saying?
So it's important to have a spouse who you know gonna mesh well with your family. Like everybody can get along. And because I dated one person, oh my goodness, I couldn't stand his family. I couldn't stand his mama.
Okay.
I couldn't stand the sister.
Do you think a relationship will work if you don't get along with
hell no. No, it will not work. No.
I don't like when people be like, my mama don't like you.
They don't care?
Don't care.
It might work if you don't have a relationship. If that person doesn't have a relationship with their family.
That's the only way it's going to work.
But if there's somebody who's around their family and you got to come around and you know their family don't like you, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
And why would you want to subject yourself to that?
Why would you want to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and some of y'all women, I'm so sorry. Y'all have some hateful, bitter mother-in-laws. But Leave that man and his mama if he can't get off her titty. It's that simple. You watch too many times where people are going through hell because of somebody else's family.
And honestly, it's so normal because they make movies about it.
Exactly.
You should know that's kind of weird because they make movies like what Made in
every time I look at
Monster-in-Law. That is so
hilarious,
crazy.
Every time I look at a movie, every time I look at a movie, I be like, you know what? It's crazy because overall, everybody's living the same life.
Everybody.
Yeah, like
podcast, everybody living the same life. The same. Overall, everybody has the same.
Everybody legit kind of want the same things.
Like
living the same life, dealing with trauma, dealing with issues, trying to make this shit work.
That's why they can make cars like Black Car Revoked because everybody living the same almost. Yeah, we might get our cars revoked, but we still low key know.
That is low key so not good.
It's not. It's like crazy.
That
honestly,
is not good because that means everything is just predictable. Like
ding ding ding. I got a question for y'all again.
Hey, listen, I'm with it.
Me too.
I'm with it.
And y'all people in the comments, let us know y'all answer this next question.
Please.
So I've come upon thinking, like I've been thinking over the last few years, something's fucked up when it comes to marriage. Like, first and foremost, do y'all want to get married?
Yes.
Because I know, growing up, I grew up with y'all in a sense. I've seen y'all mom and daddy together forever. So I know y'all grew up seeing marriage.
Yeah.
But do you all think that marriage still works for our generation the way it works?
I feel like a lot of people in our generation don't care about getting married.
First of all, I'm in the wrong generation. Let's start there. I was made to be this music, everything. I'm made for the old. You get what I'm saying?
You know, late 80s.
Yeah, I'm a lover girl.
Yeah.
Like these people out here in these streets, they do too much for me. I ain't got time for it. Marriage, like you said, my mom and daddy. Marriage, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then it's not no crazy marriage. Or some people see marriage and they be like, oh, well, my daddy done cheated on my mama or they done got a kid. We ain't had none of that.
All that they was fighting. None
of that. No fighting, no cheating, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like, okay, yeah, I picture marriage.
That's what I want.
But at the same time, like, we in this generation
it's like,
now,
I want to get married, but other people have valid reasons for not getting married.
People don't take marriage as serious.
No.
Yeah.
They and then if you're looking at somebody else that's married and you be like, oh they doing that. Well, I'm gonna set myself up to have some extra paperwork in it,
and that's the thing. Each relationship, each marriage is a little different. But I'm seeing now more of an influx into people going the open relationship route.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's something I can't do.
Don't you think that's kind of crazy
I can't
though?
do that.
Because I'm not gonna say like it's crazy, but it's crazy that people want the open relationship.
It shocks me because I've always been a monogamous person.
Yeah.
I've always wanted monogamy. But what I thought about one day, and y'all as business owners, y'all can get this, is the divorce rate is 67%.
It's definitely high.
In what logical sense would you ever go into a business or invest in something that had a failure rate of 60+%? Like, this is like saying, okay, if you open this business, you're more than likely going to fail.
More than likely going to fail.
So, I think it's time for a restructuring of what marriage looks like, what that is for us.
I didn't realize it was on.
It been on the whole time.
I didn't even realize the air was on. Okay. Sorry.
It's a restructuring because you think about our grandparents, grandma, especially depending on how old she is, she couldn't get a bank account. She couldn't buy her own house. She couldn't do anything without a husband. So the needs of marriage was completely different. Mm-hmm. They had to do it for survival. Nowadays, most women, especially black women, they're out earning men.
Yep.
They can do everything that a man can do. What do they actually need a man to do in the sense of what our grandparents needed them for? So I'm like, I think we need to start to relook at or restructure how we see relationships, how relationships should work for us. Because if we're just talking about protection and provision, a woman can get her own gun and provide for herself.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's why I really feel like.
And then if you want kids, you can still get that without being married.
You know how some older people might be like, oh, you're not married? Like, I feel like marriage not for everybody.
It's not for everybody.
I feel like some people are better off not married.
You know what ticking me off so bad is if somebody in a bad relationship. Came and tried to judge me on a relationship.
Yeah, you have nothing to say.
What Fantasia say? Sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around mine. Like, you got enough issues to worry about on your own than to come over here trying to critique me. But if you look at it, most people, especially marriages, they ain't happy with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Because the way they're trying to go about it is the way their parents did it, or the way they seen other people make marriage work. And one podcast I love is Shan Bodie's Lovers and Friends.
I haven't heard that.
She was on Poor Minds and
Mobile
Mobile Decisions. She's a sex relationship therapist.
Wait, say her name again?
Shan Bodie.
Is that the one that just came up there?
I don't think so.
She light skin,
real pretty.
Oh, the one that just came for that Valentine's special?
No, not her.
Yeah, no.
Not her. That's I can't think of her name.
Oh,
Brittany.
does she have locks? Who you talking about?
No.
Okay,
she don't.
Mind.
I'm gonna send y'all one of her videos. But her podcast is called Lovers and Friends. And she just speaks about a lot of relationships and sex stuff. And she had her parents come on and talk about their marriage and like how they went through all this shit. And her husband are in an open relationship. They've been married for about 10 years, but they said they never acted on being open. They've never done anything. But
they're in an open marriage, but they haven't acted on it.
They haven't acted on it. So she explained it more so as a free relationship, being that you get the opportunity to create and change the dynamic of your relationship as you see fit. She's like, over these last 10 years, we haven't seen a reason to want to bring someone else in. They've had children, they've done things, built businesses, but she's like, at any point that they want to start to experience something else with each other, whether that's a threesome or whether that's going on a date with someone else, they have the openness within their relationship to at least talk about it. I think that's a big part with just traditional monogamy is you instantly think that all this stuff is off limits. Just because you say it off limits doesn't stop people's desires, doesn't stop what people actually may want. So now you're cutting off someone from having something instead of just talking like, what are you really into? Would you want to do something like this?
Do you think if somebody tells you that they feel free with you in mid-conversation, right? You know, through conversation, somebody say, you know, I feel free. Like, I don't think I've ever felt like free before. Would you take that as a compliment or would you take that as a insult? How would you take that?
I would take it as a compliment. Only because I try to curate a space where I allow people to come in and be themselves. Like, I'm learning you for who you are. I don't want you to really put on a representative. So I try to create a space where you can be free. And then I can be free to make a decision on whether or not I want to fuck with you.
Facts.
I like to make people feel safe enough to really just be themselves.
How you feel about that, Yoki?
I feel like I can see it both ways.
I can for sure see it both ways. But
I would love for somebody to feel free around me too, though.
Okay.
What's the negative connotation you see in it?
I think
some men see free and they think run over.
Yeah.
So I think it goes.
Yeah.
Now y'all gotta understand. I'm coming from the homosexual perspective. Cause when y'all
same thing.
But wait, I ain't gonna hold y'all. Y'all be going through some shit with these niggas. These niggas is stupid. Like, and they think y'all stupid. And so I get what you're saying where they like, if I was a heterosexual woman and I had a man come up to me and be like, you make me feel free. You make me feel like I ain't never felt before. I'm going to instantly start thinking he running game. What other bitch you fucking with?
That's what it sounds like.
That's why I said it's kind of both.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's based off the tone. It's based off the conversation. It's really based off of.
See, and I'm a question.
Like, I feel like,
ask you
like
why.
with me and my boyfriend, I feel like he could be free around me, but I also feel like he kind of know, like I don't know how to word it.
Free is different than
you feel like he could be free around you, but you think he feels like certain stuff he cannot. Is that what you're saying?
And it kind of goes back. It low key kind of goes back to that conversation that Shaquille O'Neal was having in that interview recently.
What he said?
Talk about it. It is
a lot of times
with him so bad that made.
Wait, what did he say?
He said that basically, they asked him, has he ever opened up to a woman? And he was like, he's never opened up to a woman because men can't open up to women because women are going to use what you open up to them and throw it back in their face. Mm-hmm. So, a lot of times, I know what straight men, they don't feel free and safe with women because it has been a space where it's been thrown back in their face. If you like, oh, I went through this at such and such. Oh, you old thumb sucking pee in the bed, nigga. Yo, I told you that in private, like in confidence. Yeah. So I can see it from that aspect.
Or daddy situations or anything.
Any type of trauma.
Yeah.
Because I know I got friends who they'll go low like that and pull up some shit that you done told them, and it's like you can't weaponize people's story in that way. So I can see to whereas that would actually be a good thing if a man comes and tells you that you make them feel free. That sounds like safety. And most women don't know how to provide safety.
It do sound both ways.
It sound either way.
Yeah, it can go both ways. Yeah.
And the relationship you have with that person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I think it is too.
Yeah.
Ooh, you telling me how free do I make you feel? What do you mean? I make you feel?
Free enough to do what?
To do what? What do you
mean?
Free
enough to do what?
And it also depends on what y'all done been through.
Yeah.
If we done been through, you cheat on me and you tell me you feel free around me.
Now I'm
do you? Do you now?
Yeah.
How free do you feel?
How free do you feel? What do you feel free to do?
Exactly. What do you feel free to do?
Now, if we just have good conversation and you tell me you feel free, okay, that's different. You
understand? Like, for example, say somebody don't have manners and they feel free enough to talk to you any kind of way. But
you should also feel free enough to catch your hands.
But for someone else, say they feel free enough to do this to you, but then they don't feel free enough to do this to another person. So then that's why I'm saying, like,
it depends.
It's good and bad.
That's why I said it depends.
Because I feel like at the end of the day, it depends on how you actually feel with this person. It depends what you're free to do for real.
Yeah.
Act with me like you would act with your doggone boss. Or if your pastor came in front of you, you gonna cuss around him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's things.
I
don't want you to walk on eggshells with me, but
give me the same respect.
Things
you gonna respect my boundaries.
You shouldn't.
You gonna respect me.
Comment on.
Yeah.
So it do go both ways. But this been a good little thing because we've been recording for a while and we didn't even answer none of the icebreaker questions.
Wait a minute.
For real.
Child, like, we got too good for me.
Let's at least ask two of them questions.
Let's try two of the questions.
For real, at least two.
We didn't even try them.
Yeah, these are from the game Let's Get Deep. Are any of those deep?
Nah, this is now the kind of mediocre time conversation. It's just like, let me just toggle back up under.
Oh Lord.
Man, the conversation that got so good, the cards now just like.
No, okay, this might be a good one. Okay. What TV show would you want to be featured guest on?
Be what? Featured?
Featured. Guest on or participate in? I'm asking after y'all because this really low-key hard.
It is, because I love TV.
It's really hard.
It say TV show.
It says guest or participate on TV show. But
maybe like a podcast.
I'm about to say since it's like more today's time, let's just say anything, like even when it comes to like YouTube podcasts, like Club Shay Shay, for example, anything like that.
Okay. I ain't got enough mess right now to go on Club Shay Shay.
You think he messy?
I don't think Club Shay Shay is messy. I don't think he's a good interviewer either. But
I think he's a great interviewer.
He don't talk for real.
I think he's a great interviewer because he knows how to ask the questions back to back. That's why I think make a good interview. Like if you talking to me and I know how to ask you a question that
ties into
I feel like but then again I feel like he don't do that enough. I feel like he sticks to cue cards until where like it's been things that somebody like Cat Williams said a lot of shit that I wanted him to dig in on.
Yeah. But you know what? He was talking about Cat Williams talking about his friends too though.
Yeah,
so
he had to tread lightly.
Yeah, it's like he couldn't really be comfortable because at the end of the day, he feel like he owed loyalty to his people.
But I'm sorry, a good journalist.
Yeah, but come on now.
You ain't never seen Wendy Williams being. Wendy Williams was gonna ask them questions. She was
Jason
gonna get
Lee,
to Jason. I love Jason Lee.
I love Jason Lee too. I love him.
He's direct.
No matter what, because you know that's what you stand for.
Like if you gonna be a journalist,
okay, you know your friends, but you know I'm gonna have to post this.
You know I gotta.
Come on, you know this is what I get paid to do.
No, you know I'm gonna have to ask that question.
You know I gotta do it.
Yeah.
You should feel more comfortable with me. With me, the one that asks.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's why a lot of people love Angie Martinez because
And see,
she do a good job of making people feel comfortable. Yeah. Like she get people to talk about stuff that you ain't seen them talk about nowhere else. But it's also because she's been doing journalism so long to where she can ask one question and then she's gonna tie everything else to get to this point that she wanted without asking that specific question. But specifically the TV show, put me on Married to Medicine.
What is that? I never heard that.
You never heard of Married to Medicine?
No.
Oh my goodness. It comes on Bravo.
But honestly, I don't really watch TV for real.
Okay.
That's my problem.
So y'all tell about Married to Medicine in the comments. Go look up Dr. Heavenly. And it's a show about doctors and their wives and some doctors and their husbands. It's been coming on about 10 years on Bravo.
I would like to watch that though, because most reality shows don't be about.
And that's one of the reasons I like the show. They usually be
about like basketball players, football players.
Like they actually show, I think Simone and Dr. Jackie are both OBGYNs, and then you have 2 dentists on the shows, and then the other wives are married to doctors. So you get that experience of seeing black people successful, doing good, but it's also, they messy as hell. So Quad, who was on the show from the beginning, her ex-husband just came back on the show with another girl who's 15 years younger than him. And it's just a whole lot of mess. So I want to be a part of that just to get the mess started. Me and Dr. Heavenly, we could really be like Jackie and high. Like, I'm going to ask the messy ass questions to be like, they just took Dr. Jackie to Hilton Head this weekend, and her husband cheated on her.
What days does the show come on?
Sundays. It comes on tonight. Tonight's actually the first episode back because of the Super Bowl. So, for example, they took Dr. Jackie to Hilton Head on a vacation, and her husband cheated on her at Hilton Head. So Dr. Heavenly asked the person who planned the trip, was like, bitch, you did this on purpose. You knew this is where this man cheated on her with. So I want to get in the mess in that way. And then my second show will be All the Queen's Men.
That's good.
That's
one of my favorite shows.
Woo, madam.
I love her.
That's a bad bitch.
I promise you, I love her. It's like when I watch that show, I feel like, okay, I think I low-key got anxiety from women. So with certain shows, it'd be like the anticipation be really getting to me.
It'd be too much.
But it's like with that, it gives anticipation. But it gives at the end of the day, Madam gonna be Madam. Like she gonna make sure she win any moment. So it's like it's good, but I just know Madam like the baddest, so she's gonna make sure. Yeah, either way it go. Like,
I don't want to be a stripper. I don't want to be one of the dancers. I know, but like let me be like one of her personal security guards.
Like in her circle, kind of.
In her circle. Making she move, but she ruthless. When she went into that mental home and started shooting and all the people was deaf, she was like, "So y'all don't fucking hear me?"
She killed them live. And there was a sign. She was like, the girl Blue was like, "Yo, Madam, look at the sign. They deaf." She was like, "Oh damn!" Like,
oh, she ruthless.
Yo, I haven't seen that.
Like they in there like, she gonna kill him. Like really killing him. I like that one. Let's see.
That is crazy.
Okay, a TV show.
I'm over here thinking too, like.
Which one you about to say?
I don't know. My mind was.
But you about to say a podcast too, though.
Yeah, I was about to try to.
So, which podcast would you like to be on? TV show. Let's see. This don't sound so crazy because I feel like.
I'm gonna let you answer first.
What if I can make up my own TV show?
It's a reality show. That's what they be doing.
Like, think about it.
That ain't even what that car said.
I know, but I'm trying to, because if I say these cards, you're gonna be like, but what you want to do on it? And it's like I want to add my life in it.
I want to hear it.
Like the Impact ATL.
Okay.
I would like to move to ATL,
But they're just showing their life.
Right.
Exactly. And I would like to be in there because I would like to show my life as like doing lashes and being a business owner. And, trying to be like regular, like my mind. But see, I think 24/7, so I would like for other people to see that I'm low-key really always thinking about business. Yeah. I'm always thinking about something versus me just,
That would be the perfect show.
So I would kind of like the Impact.
Because they focus on the business on there.
Yeah, it's like business. So I would like that one because I would like to put May Beauty in it.
Okay. That's the only one you finna name. Go ahead and do two.
Yeah, you go ahead. I'm thinking about another one while you talking.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
It all depends. I know why you laughing already. First of all, I'm a Gemini.
Oh.
So.
Makes sense.
No, what you about to
So
say?
it all depends on the mood that I'm in.
Jesus.
Right? Sometimes I like to have fun. Sometimes I like to be serious and talk about healing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if it came from the perspective of me having fun,
okay,
then I would like to be on maybe Poor Minds, Horrible Decisions. If it came from me healing, I would like to go on In Totality.
Oh, yes, with Ashley, yes.
Or
you know what I really like?
But I also like 85 South. I like their whole little
vibe.
Like I like it. You chill. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I like that. So it's kind of.
I have a lot.
I can fit in wherever, honestly.
I have a lot of podcasts. When it comes to podcasts, that's really, he'll tell you, all I listen to is podcasts. So I have so many that I
like Poor Minds is really like the podcasts I watch. I've been watching Behind the Lights with Winter, the Bad Girls Club.
Yes.
I actually low-key
that's actually really good. I was shocked.
Yes, I actually really like it. I really
was shocked. I wouldn't think I would like it.
Like, I make sure I watch every episode, literally. So, like, with Poor Minds, I watch more Poor Minds because I can go back to a long time ago when I didn't even know about them to watch them.
Right,
but, like,
right. You like the
I'm really keeping up with Behind the Lights. I love Jason Lee. I love watching his stuff, too.
I like Tonight's Conversation, too.
I
love that.
But
I love Trip.
So, I know y'all would love Shan Booty then. And like I like her format of her podcast because she always, if she has a guest on, she started off with like answering questions that people would send in or like letting people say their views on the thoughts on the subject. Then she goes into her interview and then she ends it and wraps it all together. Like I just love the format of her podcast and how it flows.
Right.
And she's had Poor Minds on her show as well. So I'll say start with that episode when she had Poor Minds on there. That was a really good episode.
And see, that's what I've been looking for, too. I've been looking for more podcasts that actually got Poor Minds in it, but it's not their own podcast. Mm-hmm. So, like, I was listening to one of their podcasts. Yeah, I like that one, too.
I like Cocktails Dirty Discussion.
I like it, too. I don't know, though. It's not, yeah, I was about to say that more.
You know what's crazy, though? I think I am more into men-based things than I am women.
Really?
Yes.
Let's unpack that.
Like, I like 85 South. I've been on Poor Minds a lot lately because Yoki talk about it a lot more. Mm-hmm. But for some reason, I just love stuff that's based off men. Because I feel like I love talking about men's mental health.
Why? Because you feel like men not vulnerable?
Yeah. I like for a man to be vulnerable. Yeah, I like for men to be vulnerable.
They do.
So I like talking about men's mental health. I like men that talk and say their feelings. Because like you said, like Shaq said, a lot of them don't.
They don't.
That goes with, why some men feel more comfortable talking to their homeboys than they do. I don't know. I don't know. It just gave me a different perspective. Whether it's being vulnerable or whether it's talking street. Either way, I can learn something.
You're getting that different perspective.
You know what I'm saying? If I had to be on a TV show, I think it might be Power. Let me shadow Ghost.
Oh,
let me shadow Ghost.
TV show, I forgot about them.
Ooh.
Let me shadow Ghost.
I forgot about them.
I want to learn street. I want to be so.
I just know I'm hood.
I want to be that person that seems to be so professional.
You can put me on the show, but don't kill me. But I am
so street at the back of my head.
I don't want to be killed off the show though.
They're gonna kill me off in the show.
Yeah, they probably kill me off too. Just keep me somewhere else. Like,
I just want you to know.
But yeah, I really think the impact. Because now I'm really thinking about it. This is really a good question, low key. It really was.
There's so many shows that like
you really like
stuff. I always said, I said I want to get into real estate. I would have loved to.
Oh my God! Shut your mouth! I was gonna say that, but just because
or Sunset,
Sunset,
yeah.
No, Orlando, no, the lady Ocho Cinco, Sherelle.
Oh, Sherelle, yeah. I forgot which one. Miami. When she on something in Florida.
I think it was Florida somewhere.
It was somewhere in Florida.
But
yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say that too, but I was like, well, dang, if I say that, it's really pointless because I don't have it.
This I kid you not, I like to run my mouth. I tell people all the time. That's how I watch so many podcasts all the time. Like, y'all really just doing this for a living?
Just talking.
Like,
just talking. Relaxing, talking. Good time, drinking a little bit if you want.
And not even just the podcast aspect. I like to teach. I like to run my mouth. I like to have conversations. I like to get the conversations
Love hearing different people's perspectives.
I do. So if anything, a dream career would be something with me being able to go around and getting the conversation started.
Have you ever thought about starting your own?
I did at one point. Years ago. It was called Cut the BS. And then I cut the BS. And then I got on another podcast where I was a co-host called According to Who. I did that for like a year or two.
Did you like it?
It was good. Krishan was on that podcast with me.
Oh.
So it was good. We had great conversations.
Who's Krishan? Because I thought Rock. I did. I was about to say, you had an interview with Krishan.
Please stop.
I was about to say, how was that?
I'm weak as fuck. He one of our classmates.
I was on
and my best friend.
Please stop playing. Krishan Rock.
She stole
his
name.
I thought she meant like...
She stole his name.
I thought he meant like... She was like on there. Like a guest, yo. Oh, yeah. I'm for real, I did.
So no, I've been thinking, that's been the thing. I've been like, okay, do I want to like get back into the space and really start something on my own? But I don't like individual podcasts. So I would.
Oh yeah.
So your first podcast you did by yourself.
Yes.
The second one you had with Krishan
and 2 other people.
Okay, so you like that one more than the one you had by yourself.
I like the engagement of having other people to bounce off of. Like when it's just you by yourself.
Yeah, it's like I'm talking, but how I'm gonna keep? I'm basically just telling y'all a story.
Yeah, because how much? I can't talk about
at least more than one person.
And I'm not trying to be funky down either. Going. And that's it. I like the more of the natural conversation, and also I like to have just not simple as mundane conversation. Like let's really, if we want to talk about something, let's talk about it. Let's make people mad.
So do you think? Okay, because we're boss. Let's get deep right here. So do you think podcasts, do you like a more structured podcast or do you like a more free flow podcast?
Because so far, really, honestly, this been free flow.
This is very free flow.
Yeah.
This kind of give 85 a little bit.
But at the same time, we want.
That's what I felt
we've been talking about making it more structured.
Yeah, we've been thinking like we need to actually have segments because it's like we can get carried away low key. But it's also like we need to.
But it's genuine. You know what I'm saying?
And
like
okay,
it feels good for people to look forward to certain parts of
it.
Yep.
But I like the more unexpected route at the same time.
And I like both. So like, See the Thing Is, or even Horrible Decision. Mandy's on See the Thing Is and Horrible Decisions. And from watching her over the years, I realized she's a very structured person, which is why her podcasts are like that. So when you listen to See the Thing Is, you're going to have your grown, honest, and slightly toxic. Those are the 3 segments of the show. And she's very good at staying on point. But it's times where I'm like, I love this dynamic because I know at the end when they get the slightly toxic, after that they're going to play their songs of the week. It's certain things you do look forward to. But it's also where it's like, damn, I wish they would have kept going with that conversation. Like, why did they stop just to get to this next segment? Like, that conversation was good. So I think you really got to have a balance. Like, I think Horrible Decisions does a good job of the balance of they may be in their vanilla story of the day, but if it's really getting really good, they'll continue with that and not go into the Horrible Decision story.
Honestly, like this one, because we was thinking more so, okay, we had to ask these right questions, but honestly, we didn't really have to ask nothing because the whole podcast is good conversation. And like, this has been a great conversation to me for real.
All the way through. And those are the type of podcasts I watch and I listen to because, like I tell my friends, find a podcast that it feels like you're getting into the conversation.
Right.
Where you find yourself commenting and answering and like,
oh, not like an interview.
It's not like an interview. It's like you're really into the conversation. And you notice that more with the free flows, like a 85 South show.
That low-key be throwing me, too. Where some people will message us and be like, oh, I want to do an interview.
I don't watch every one of the episodes.
It haven't been like interviewed.
It hasn't been interviewed. Even when y'all did Cricket and Eureka, it wasn't.
Or Darian.
It wasn't interviewed.
I don't feel like...
Oh, that was my favorite episode. That was so fun.
I feel like, I feel like we talk, but I don't think none of them give...
interview. Like, I don't think we want it to be like we're interviewing you.
Because
we want it where we are really talking about conversations that we want to talk about.
Yeah.
Low key, like.
And then other people want to listen in on, like.
And like different random conversation that other people might have, and they want to know how other people feel. Yeah. Like just regular, not just the.
And that's what because those are the type of friendships I created. So one of the reasons I love my friends in the circle I created, because when we get together, we know the drinks gonna get it going and we about to talk. Like, we gonna be talking. And at the end of the night, we like, damn, we spent 6 hours talking, but it felt so good.
That's when it feel like
moments I want.
That's when you meet somebody. If you can have a conversation with somebody and it feel like you knew them forever, we gonna stay friends forever.
For real.
But that's about the issue with a lot of the podcasts you're seeing. That's why I think I like Poor Decisions. Because you can tell Lex and Dre are friends. You can tell they actually like each other and get along, to where you see some podcasts. It was times I was watching Horrible Decisions. I was like, oh, I know, man, that we just can't stand each other. Like, you could tell the energy was just
like right before B. Simone and Megan stopped.
Yes.
You
could tell it wasn't right.
You could feel it was off.
Like, oh, the energy is off.
This is being weird.
Yeah.
Because some people, you know, like B. Simone and Megan, I felt like B. Simone wanted the money, Megan wanted the friendship. That's just how I felt. So I feel like even when it comes to B. Simone now, I'm not really a big fan of her.
I don't even look at nothing no more.
Like,
anything with B. Simone
since they podcast in it,
I haven't looked at anything.
Like, I have not watched it. I have not watched nothing with her on it. I even unfollowed her. I really did.
Jesse's baby mama, something like that. Yes. She passed away, and she was
weird.
Like, trying to explore her death.
I just don't like.
I feel like all that was really weird.
First of all, after all that ended, I don't like nothing about it no more. Looking back at it, I felt like maybe she felt like she was above Megan the whole time, because they were best friends, but Megan said that she was helping B. Simone.
During that whole time, he gonna be Simone. Her purpose is to help me, my assistant. Most friends want me to say that.
No.
Yeah. Friends want you to be just as high as I am.
When I'm coming up. Like,
you're not gonna keep saying, okay, I'm this person, I'm this.
And then y'all are both saying y'all friendship ended. Cool. But y'all was part of a friend group that you don't even see with Megan anymore ever. So now at this point, they just brought her in.
They just brought her
in for B. Simone. Like, none of that was genuine for real. And I don't like that.
And that's how you have to question so much of what we see nowadays, because it's like these companies will push a fake friendship just to get $1. And it's like you can look right through and like, oh, y'all don't really fuck with each other
for real. And honestly, now looking at the friend group, I don't know how I feel about it.
I don't look at it no more.
Yeah,
nothing.
Cause like even with
because it's not real to me no more. Cause even cool. Megan and B. Simone stop being friends. Cool. That don't mean that y'all don't need to. She's just not included in nothing ever again. Like, y'all knew her longer, but still, it's a friendship. You get what I'm saying?
Like, you would think you at least see them hanging out every now and then. Like, on Snap, like, at least me and you can take a selfie every now and then because we want to go get breakfast. But now it's just like, oh, y'all just cut me off all the way.
Basically.
Like, the friend she really thought she gained.
She didn't.
She didn't. So, instead of her just losing one friend, she lost all her friends. But they were never her friends
in the first place.
Yeah.
And that be the issue so often. And y'all gonna say I'm preachy. I might be preachy, but I don't give a fat baby ass. Y'all up here looking for friends and looking for love in people who are showing you they don't fuck with you. You gotta have some level of discernment to realize when people are coming to your life to use you. When people see something in you, like you just said, that they see the greatness and they will pimp you. They will pimp your gift. Like I'm very picky about who I allow around me, who I allow in my space, because everybody ain't rooting for you. Just like you right here in Bennettsville, I'm sure you got so many people who share your posts, who always got things to say when they see you, but they ain't never booked. They ain't never come try to support or do anything. It's like, let your actions match your words. Pay attention to the actions. Actions.
I just, child.
Okay, let's see. This could be the last question. Let's see. Oh, it might be 2 last questions. This might seem interesting.
Okay.
Put a stop to war or end world hunger.
Put a stop to war.
Or end world hunger.
For sure.
I would say end world hunger.
You know, took the glasses off, child.
So they say that.
You know.
That's the church side of it.
Nah.
Stop the war or end world.
Honestly, that is really a crazy one.
But isn't war a cause for world hunger?
Ooh.
So in a sense, if you stop the war and all the confusion and disruption that's going on in the world, you could really kind of stop world hunger. Because most of the reasons that countries who are suffering from world hunger is because they're impoverished, because they don't have the same resources that a capitalistic nation may have. So if we were to stop the war that nations like China and the U.S. are pressing
upon, more of that
money
into world.
You can then put more of your money into actually
feeding
people. But honestly, my issue with this is I don't believe in stopping world hunger. I don't.
I was thinking about war too.
In the war,
war is like
inevitable.
Like they literally 9/11. That's basically a war. They came here and like, what you want to stop that?
No.
What?
Because it's a bunch of bullshit. What I mean by that is, they sit up here and show us all this shit on TV and get us to thinking this is what's really going on, and that's not what's really going on. Mm-hmm. So we go back to something like 9/11. Most people are still unaware that Bush sent them people over there to blow up and kill all them people, and then 3 years later said we didn't even have the proof of mass destruction. We went over there for nothing. So I don't really I know how government works. I know how the world works. Right now, they're trying to end world hunger by something that is called Sustainable Development Goals 2030. If you have not looked that up, go research Sustainable Development Goals 2030. Because a lot of people are unaware on what's going on in the world, and they just think things are happening out of the blue.
Yeah.
Trump getting elected was not an accident. Trump getting elected again this year is not going to be an accident. So I don't want people to be caught off guard by it, because I had a professor.
How do you feel about him as a president?
Let me get into that. I had a professor who told me, if you want to keep a secret, put it in a book. And it's so many things that they put out.
And you know what's crazy? I wish I would love to read. But I don't like to read.
He loves to read.
I
like to read articles and shit. I like to be nosy.
And see, I like more. Lord,
so basically, let me give y'all a little detail. So,
oh Lord, I see your phone right there.
That's that doggone drink.
But before y'all go actually look into it, Sustainable Goals Development 2030 is actually the plan that the United States came up with the United Nations and all the other countries in the world to basically make us one world government. That we're all going to be on the same pretty much frequency to live as one. So the United Nations is going to be the world government that runs everything. And that's why you see them 2025 is going to be the last year they make internal combustion engines. So every car after 2025 is going to be electric.
Yep.
When you see them making things where they're trying to get
guaranteed. 2025.
Yes.
Tomorrow.
Exactly.
They made the last Dodge Charger December 23rd. They're making no more Dodge Chargers.
What? You knew that?
Yep.
So then you get into them speaking about having guaranteed income by actually 2028. If you pay attention, Sustainable Development Goals came out in 2012. They're just now getting to the crux of, in 2014, they spoke about a major pandemic. 2020, the major pandemic came. This is all in their articles of what they plan to happen. And we're just going in that direction. So the ultimate goal by 2030 is for us to be basically a socialist nation like China. And we're going into that direction. We're heavily surveillance. They don't have to put up cameras because everybody got Ring cameras. If the police want to subpoena your Ring camera, they can come do it right now and figure out what was going on in your neighborhood. So we've given up our privacy. We've given up a lot of the control that we have because of these cellular devices, always clicking accept to the terms and conditions. We don't know what terms and conditions, we just accept it. So going back to Trump, that's a fucking ignorant bigot. But he was put in office on purpose. He was very much so put in office on purpose because it's a division for 2030 development goals to go the way it has to go. We were all taught this, that the United States is the nation's superpower. We are the most powerful country in the world. That's no longer the case. China's now the most powerful country in the world. But for us to go up on this new regime of the new world order, so to speak, the United States has to fall. And the only way the United States is going to fall if you put someone ignorant in it, like Trump, to lead it. And
I gotta start that reading.
You're just going towards the steps, watching it all happen.
Me too. Tune in.
So most people don't think that Trump is going to win again, but who's going to beat him? And he has to win again because the economy has to crash. The only way the economy is going to crash is if they have a scapegoat. Trump is the perfect scapegoat. So it's a lot of things that I just tell people, just pay attention to what's going to happen over these next 5 years. But everything is laid out in the Sustainable Development Goals 2030. They plan, they show you what they want the world to look like in 2030. And they're not hiding it. We just are distracted by everything they put in our face in social media. But
kind of like the Simpsons episodes, huh?
Exactly like the Simpsons episode. Everything is already planned. And we just kind of just going along with it. So I don't give that much of a fuck no more. I'm just like, look, what happens, happens.
What can we do?
What can we do?
What can we do?
They already control the world. They going to make the decisions they going to make. We can't do nothing to change it. But I just like for people to just be aware of what's going on. Don't ever get rid of your car with the key in it. And the regular transmission. Please.
They're going to stop your car while you're driving. They can kill you
at any given time if they decide to put a mandate like with COVID. If we had electric cars when COVID came, they could have put a mandate to turn off all cars and no one could have went anywhere.
Exactly.
If all cars are mandated by computers.
The proper quarantine.
But that was just a test. They wanted to see how we was going to act.
That's a good point.
You know what? Y'all got me thinking now.
Look,
we had an
but say that happened.
We had an episode planned. Now I've got some question marks about if we need to do it or not, child. They might come get us. They might come get us.
Oh, they're coming. They
might come get us.
Do it. Stand in your Monique and your Cat Williams energy and just say, fuck it.
They might come get us.
Lord.
You know, YouTube is just a shadow ban. They'll put up a lock on it.
Mm-hmm. Child.
Okay, I'll put it.
Love to hear it.
Okay. Are you more confident or do you second guess yourself often?
I'm a confident motherfucker. I ain't gonna hold you. The things I do well, I know I do well. And I do not question the things I do well. So when it comes to coaching, I don't second guess my coaching ability. I know I can dance. I know I can put together amazing routines that is like, ooh, that's awesome. When it comes to driving, I love to drive. So I know niggas can't outdrive me. I'm going to drive any day of the week. I have confidence in that. But certain things like math, I'm okay with math, but I ain't got the confidence in that, so to speak.
You going to do that
I'm more like a second guesser.
Really? You overthink?
I overthink bad.
Yeah, I overthink.
I think that's my problem. It's really more so me overthinking everything. It don't matter what it is, pretty much. Man. I overthink all the time. Like, I feel like I'm confident, but I also feel like I'm an overthinker. Mm-hmm. So, like, even though deep down inside I know that I'm doing this, I know it look good, I'm going to keep second guessing myself.
Keep second guessing it. What in you, and not to be funny, but I told you I go deep. Is there something in you where you may not trust your decision making, or where you felt like someone made you second guess your own decisions?
I don't know. I feel like,
and I'm gonna say the reason I ask that is because I watch students that I coach, and you can always tell the difference between students who are very confident in just being able to decide what they want, and others who are very apprehensive, like, I don't really know what choice to make. And I've noticed, because when I see the mama come in, the mama is actually making all the choices, or the mama be like, she don't know what she's talking about. Just listen to me. So I ask that because many of the times when we don't feel confident in things, it's because maybe not our parents. They could have been a teacher who just made us not feel confident in our decisions. That we can make the right decision for ourselves.
That's crazy too, because the guy that I talked to, he told me the other day, he said, I can tell you was raised up with a daddy that loves you. Mm-hmm. And I said, He was like, you can tell it. You can tell the females that grow up having a bad relationship with their parents, with their dad, and you can tell the ones that really grow up in a loving home. Mm-hmm. And I say, yo, that's so crazy. So to hear you say that now, it's like, okay, I can see it. Because it goes the same way with, men and mamas.
Yes. Exactly the same way. You can tell. It. And I think what I give advice to as far as like my students when I'm trying to help them be more confident is you just got to trust yourself and your judgment, because nobody else knows your situation better than you. But many of the times, I know that's like with my mama. Hope you ain't listening. My mama never felt comfortable with making decisions because she was never allowed to truly make decisions on her own. It was always other people telling her, well, this is the best way. You need to do this. Oh, you did that. That's wrong. So until you can block out that noise and like, what's best for me? How's this shit gonna work for me? But even outside of that, some things, that's just your intuition. Like,
are you a generational curse breaker?
Yeah, I don't even like curses. I like cycles. I'm a generational cycle
breaker. That's the word I meant.
That's the word I meant. I am. One of the biggest things I'm breaking is just the lack of communication in my family. And I honestly, truly think this is a Marlboro County thing. We don't talk. We sweep shit under the rug. Mm-hmm. We'll go talk to
this and not person. Address it.
And act like everything is supposed to go on like we don't live in a city that's 2,500 square miles and we gonna see each other at Food Line and Carl's. Like, let's be real. That's the generational curse I'm trying to break, as far as we gotta talk things through. You don't like her, she don't like you. Why don't we like each other? Oh, you ain't never been married. You always sleeping with people's husbands because, well, guess what? That's what our grandma did. Oh my God. If we gonna be real about it, like, we gotta be fucking real about it. Yeah. Grandma was a hoe, so that's why the grandkids is a hoe.
Like Sukiana said. She said, I'm from a full line of hoes.
But what happens is grandma turned 50 and she act like she forgot she was popping that pussy all over the county. No. You gotta be able to acknowledge the things that you did wrong so your generations after you don't have to go through the same shit. But no, they like that and sweep things on the rug. So no, I'm the one who's coming in like, let's have these conversations. You was molested by your uncle. That was tragic. But uncle still come around to the damn family reunion, so we not talking about that.
Podcast with somebody that want to come on and tell their story about something like that.
From here?
Mm-hmm. Ain't she from here?
Oh, y'all ready to shake the table?
I ain't got nothing else to sip. I'm trying to sip. Look, I ain't got nothing.
Yeah. Do y'all feel the same? Do y'all feel like y'all are the ones changing and making?
I've been told
breaking the cycles.
I've been told that, but I've been told that by somebody that don't even know me. For example, I can tell that you're going to be the one to kind of change.
That's what I received
the
most.
Dynamic.
When someone who don't know me come and tell me something like that, I receive
pay attention.
It.
Like New Year, our family is more of a
superstitious.
You should be the first one at your house.
You don't bring your house at 12.
You need to be wherever you live at 12. So this year we did something new. We went to the beach.
We brought it in at the beach.
And my mama was upset, but it was honestly she didn't take it as bad as long as I thought she was. Mm-hmm. So, but when we was doing it, baby, she was.
I think y'all need to be going nowhere. I think it goes with the first step is always the hardest.
Yeah,
always the hardest. Yeah. And we have to be the ones to, honestly, we got to teach our parents. Yeah. We have to show them something different than they've experienced. Because I know my parents, they born and raised in Marlboro County. They went to Marlboro County High School. They never left here. So it's many things like I'm trying to teach them, not in the aspect of they're ignorant or they don't know, but they've never had the exposure to ever experience it.
Right. Or the stuff that our parents tell us, we're not saying that it's invalid. No. We're still listening. It's just that now times change a little bit.
And everything
you get the saying?
Made up. I try to take out everything is so made up. Like, all the shit that we do is so made up. Yeah, like, so fucking.
So why can't we kind of switch shit up to make it work for us?
Yeah.
And I think that's what my parents have been kind of realizing with me specifically is like, oh, I'm going to do it. He going to do what he want to do. And you're going to then see, oh, but he's making it work.
That's how I feel like when our parents lucky feel like we've been talking about moving so much, and they've been trying to talk us out of it. But I think now they're at the point where they know we're gonna move, but they just kind of low key waiting too, and they kind of waiting when we gonna do it.
Y'all, but you know why?
If y'all move, they gonna move.
I don't think they gonna move.
Nah, they ain't gonna move.
I don't think they're gonna move, but I think they're more shocked that we're talking about moving just because when I graduated high school, my parents gifted me with a house. Mm-hmm. Right across the street from them, right?
But it's kind of like, it's low-key like a little trap.
Paid off for everything, so it's like, why would you want to move somewhere and have rent when you got to pay for a house? So that kind of makes it a little bit more harder, too, for them to understand, like, why do you want to move? Yeah, just
and that's why I think, too, I be second-guessing myself, because I feel like I need validation with certain things. Like, from my parents, from other people, like, sometimes I don't even know, okay, should I wear this or should I wear that?
Okay, yep.
And I do that a little too much versus me just knowing,
what
okay,
you want.
I'm just put this on versus I just really be like, Lord, should I wear this? Should I wear that? Should I get this color? Should I get this color? Should I get this limb? Should I get this limb? So now I'm really trying to...
It's the little things. But I think that relationship between a child and a parent, it gets so like, once you begin those 20s, those mid-20s going into 30s, because it's like...
I still haven't even really grasped that I'm about to be 30 soon.
We about to be 30.
We are literally the new adults.
We're the aunties and uncles.
And it's like, you ask me, I'm still, I don't know. I don't know. I just ain't really, I ain't grown for real.
For real.
In my head, now them bills don't bill.
Tell you every time.
But, I don't know. I just don't. I don't know. I don't even never really understand how some people just don't care about what their parents have to say. Like that's what gets me.
I think that's my problem. That's kind of like second guessing.
Yeah, it is. That's number one reason I told my parents not to watch this episode, because I had to get to a point where I just didn't care what my parents said. Or because
honestly, this whole podcast.
This whole podcast
is like, ooh,
y'all being in Marlboro County, y'all know. I'm sure y'all parents told y'all the same thing, is don't go out there and embarrass us. Like, y'all are always a representation of us.
I promise you. It's like some conversations come up where I know my parents don't want to hear it.
No.
But it's just like,
that's why
at the end of the day, we gotta...
That's why
you gotta live for yourself.
This is what I was thinking about, because I really do believe God gives you the vision. Mm-hmm. So, okay, hear me out. Right? I'm about to pitch him the ideal.
Okay.
We're probably gonna cut this part out, honestly.
Why? Not that ideal.
Oh, what ideal?
I'm talking about the ideal of the Patreon.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So you know how people have Patreons. Mm-hmm. Being that we're in a small town, we think, even with our following, our subscribers, we don't have a lot of subscribers because we just started and stuff. But being that we do have some people listening, don't you feel like $2 a month not too bad for like deeper conversations on like a Patreon episode, like episodes where we feel like, okay, like we not making money from this podcast.
I'm not the best person to ask, because I've subscribed to like 3 or 4 different Patreons, but
like we could have dug deeper into this episode.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like
deeper into it on there though.
Giving people that exclusive.
Yes. Like, more of the real mental, like, how you actually feeling. Like, real stories versus just topics.
But that's what makes me pay for a Patreon. It's like, if you show me something, I'm like, ooh, I want to hear, like, that conversation.
Like, we can talk about the topic, but we might not get deeper into it because we feel like, we shouldn't.
We shouldn't, but on the Patreon, you can actually go deep.
Yes, like, that's what I was like. I was
like,
thinking, like, dang, I feel like $2 or $3 because, they're going to take a portion of it anyway. So at least $2, $3 a month. It won't be bad for, like, way more content and, like, deeper content. More serious content.
More serious content.
How we actually...
Y'all do, like, y'all can vlog. Y'all can do...
Yeah, more...
We're still guarded at the same time.
Yeah, like, for those reasons.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want... Not that we feel like we embarrassing, so like, some conversations, but it's
how many people take our episode and short it to my daddy?
Oh, yes. I'm just ready for this.
But you know what, though, too, at the same time, for real,
it made me feel good. Yeah, but then I still feel like, okay.
What if it was something bad we said?
Like, what if we actually said something crazy? Like, I might be cussing on here, but I know if I cuss on here, that's not me cussing in front of them.
Exactly.
And then
they just hear me cuss.
You hear me? And you heard me cuss, but I told you not to watch this shit. So you already know what's going on.
For real, like.
Damn.
So I'm just like, I feel like if we start like a little small Patreon, just a few dollars. I feel like we worth a few dollars. I know we from Bennettsville. I know our podcast just started, but I feel like we worth it.
I think second guessing it,
and she second guessing the Patreon.
I think me second guessing it though goes hand in hand with imposter syndrome.
Ooh.
Yeah, I feel like if we start a Patreon, we might be surprised by how many people, you know.
See, you just open something else. You just open something else up. Because with this space, especially being entrepreneurs like you all are, as you begin to grow and transcend to different levels, you're going to constantly have to fight that battle of making sure you know you are belonging where you are. Like, you cannot question the levels that you've reached because you know the work that you put in.
Child, me and y'all could be places and people be like, oh, that's.
And I'm just like.
Or we be like.
Hey. It made me feel good, but still just.
But it's like.
Yeah.
Or, oh, y'all be seeing y'all pictures?
Me?
Like, older people came to us in Walmart, like, y'all started a podcast. I thought they was on a post saying, oh, we opened a spa. No, they say you got a podcast. So then that's when I'm like, well, dang, that's really good.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
and then
they was really older. So I'm like,
really
dang, we maybe do need a Patreon.
What really put the cherry on top for me, I ain't gonna call his name, but somebody came to us with the idea of filming us everyday life.
Yeah.
I already know who. I think.
Oh. Somebody came to us with the idea, and it was like, okay,
and what stopped you?
Let's do it. We agreed to it. But
we fell off with some things, so he probably
and then with us talking about like moving, that could kind of conflict. You know what I'm saying? But it's like,
if you feel like you will watch us, why won't somebody else feel like they could watch us?
Ding, ding, ding.
Like, you basically showing us that, okay, you feel like a lot of people might really like us to watch us.
I promise you, there's an audience out there for y'all.
It's an audience for everybody, too.
Yeah,
like,
it is. Right. You just got to find your people. Or vice versa. Yeah.
You got to find your people, find the people who are going to support you and ride for you. And that's just what it is. But actually, y'all doing a show, that would be amazing. Mm-hmm. Y'all know what y'all capable of. I don't know why y'all bullshitting. Y'all, first and foremost, the Mac sisters know what the hell they capable of. They know how they was raised. They know the type of foundation that they have. Y'all shouldn't be scared of anything. Y'all want to move together?
Mm-hmm. You think we should separate?
No.
We want to move.
That's my thing, too.
I would say that, no.
I think she want to leave me.
No. You think, no, get off me. You got the idea messed up. I want us to move together, but not live together.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking. Yes,
like
because you got a man,
same apartment complex and everything. Like,
yes,
but just not together.
I like that idea.
I don't want to live two different places.
But I was talking about like,
no friends.
Well, if we get like a lot of money, we might as well get a big old house with about 2 kitchens.
Get somebody else to do it.
Get somebody else to do it. Scorpio.
Makes sense. Water sign. I knew she was a water sign. I'm a Pisces. But that's something water signs want. The community.
Really?
Wanting to be community.
What?
Oh.
See, that's why I think I really want to learn more into zodiac signs.
Please get into it.
Yeah, I know zodiac's like certain.
Y'all know y'all moon and y'all rising?
And see, no.
And I
was looking it up the other day, literally. And I think, did it say Venus? You remember? I figured he wasn't going to do it. But it was something. I was just like, hold up.
Because it plays.
It's on my phone.
I think a lot of people
think it don't, but it really do.
It does. People look only at your sun sign and they're like, oh, that's what makes up who you are. Yeah. But you have your moon sign, which is going to be your emotions. That's going to be how you communicate and things like that. Then you have your rising, which is going to be how you your personality, what you display as. So I'm a Pisces, and I've always had people tell me, oh, you don't come across like a Pisces. But that's mainly because my rising is a Taurus. And then my moon, which is my emotion, is a Cancer.
Lord, I gotta look this up. I can't.
Like, and when I say when y'all get into it, it's like, whoa.
I was watching the episode with Poor Miles where it was like you being born with a certain. It was something. Basically, you was being born at a certain time. So when I looked it up, I think what's Venus? What is it?
The Venus is your love sign. Your love sign. That's the sign that shows how you love and how you interact within relationships. And I have a Aquarius Venus.
I think it's an Aries.
That means my Mercury is Aquarius. Okay. So each sign is gonna show. So your Venus is your love sign. Your Mercury is the way you communicate. Your moon is your emotions. Your rising is your true self and how you show up.
Yeah, I want to too.
When I say
that helped me know myself more.
It helps you know yourself a lot more. And a lot of people be like, oh, astrology don't make sense because you're only looking at your sun sign. Right. And then if you like to get into those Christians and those believers who like to argue with you that astrology is of the devil, ask them what the 3 wise men were. Because this one right here knows the Bible. I know the word. What were the 3 wise men? Astrologers. So they looked at the stars and the moons and the signs to tell you when Lord was returning back, to tell you what he was saying.
This conversation just has so many different things. You could just, let's go a little deeper in this one. Let's go.
It is. We got to do another one.
Jesus.
So definitely, y'all, find y'all time of birth.
Oh, yeah.
Get into it.
You remember I asked Mom the other night?
Yeah.
You remember? Oh, yeah. I was trying to figure it out. But
because that thing shook me to my core. Like, I always say, I can't date a Sagittarius.
I said the same thing about a Taurus.
But as a Sagittarius, he has a lot of Capricorn placements. So, like, I like Capricorns, and he has a lot of Capricorn placements. So, when you look at the rest of the chart, it's like, okay, he's a Sag, but he got a lot of Earth on his chart. Earth and water balances. You being a Gemini, air sign, you need a fire sign more than likely. He act like a Gemini.
You said I need a what?
You need a fire sign more.
What's a fire sign?
A fire sign or water sign.
Sagittarius or Aries or Leo.
Sagittarius, Aries.
Or another air sign.
Taurus.
Ooh.
That's toxic.
It's not toxic, it's just complicated. It can be complicated depending on what his other signs are. But sun sign with a Taurus and a Gemini, there's instant communication issue.
Scared me.
But you know what though?
There's instant communication issues.
Always, I get that.
It's my boyfriend
Pisces.
He's such a good man.
You have a good man.
That's a good man. But honestly, you being a Scorpio, him and a Pisces, that works. I've always worked with other Scorpios. It's just a natural flow there that just works. It's easy.
But this has been a great podcast.
Let me tell y'all tell them to bring me back.
Oh, we are.
So you drove from Greensboro this morning?
Raleigh, actually.
Raleigh.
Because he's staying in Raleigh. It's a little further. Because he had a shoot last night. He shot his nephew's birthday party because he's a full-time photographer. So we were out to like 12 something.
You like it?
Doing that.
Yeah, it's inspiring. Like I'm not always doing events. I just did it for my nephew, but I used to do portraits and things like that. It's really cool, inspiring. So sitting here listening y'all talk about your entrepreneurship journey, it's like I'm in the same boat.
Right.
Hey, so for me, the drive was nothing. This is home. I'm gonna see my mom and dad. Gonna see my grandma.
And see, I need to drive more.
Come on, let's just go on a road trip. I like to go. I love to drive. So you probably, I'm always the driver with any of my friends. They know I'm gonna be the one to drive. I ain't even asking nobody to drive.
I knew he was gonna look at me. I was waiting on it.
But think about it, I've known her to be like that since we were in school. I don't care what we were doing. You were gonna see that silver Mustang pulling up, like, and everybody was gonna be in the car with her. Yeah. And everybody had license, but Diamond was the one driving.
Nothing changed. Nothing changed.
So,
literally, it got worse. Actually, it got worse.
It sounds like a road trip is needed. Let's make a trip.
For real. I like this.
Go tour some apartments in Atlanta.
Exactly.
Exactly. I'm so scared to move to Atlanta.
Why?
Try Charlotte first then.
Atlanta just seems. In the middle.
I don't understand. I feel like I don't understand why my strong feeling is Atlanta though.
Why?
I don't know.
You don't know?
That's what I'm saying.
You just have a drawing towards.
Yeah, I really do. It's like Atlanta.
Atlanta's an amazing
Maybe
place.
that's because that's what everybody seems to be.
Yes.
Like podcasting, like different stuff like that.
Businesses, black people. It's Atlanta. Flourishing in Atlanta.
But I'm just so scared.
Ain't no need to be scared.
I need a middle.
Because
I can't jump from small to huge.
I would be worried if I noticed that y'all weren't some go-getters. If y'all weren't some real hustlers, make it happen. I would be like, y'all stay y'all ass in Bennettsville.
Right.
But the thing about it, Bennettsville is limiting y'all.
Very much so.
Bennettsville is holding.
That's another thing too that I think they help my mama understand why I want to move so much is because people come in here and be they see the different stuff and they be like, this don't even seem like it should be here.
It shouldn't.
Or they be like, you can do so much more here, and then we say the stuff and she think we just want to move.
You know it's crazy.
But when people come in saying on their own, it's like
when we first opened. So it's been a year now. When we first opened, it was some lady came. Random. She came in one day when I had an appointment. And Diamond wasn't working in here yet. But she was just really being the receptionist pretty much. So the lady came in.
I wasn't even here. I was in school then.
Oh, you was in school?
I wasn't even here when she came here.
Oh.
I was at school. And you told me about it.
No. So you was in school when she first came asking was the reception
I never even seen the woman.
No, yes. I remember I was doing makeup one day and you was just chilling up here.
No, don't call that.
And she came in, she was like, is this a black business? That's what she came in.
She
whispered, is this a black business?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so she basically kept saying how she wanted to set up a meeting. Being that, Bennettsville, when somebody asks you for a meeting, that's kind of weird, right?
Figure out what's going on.
Yeah, what? So, I guess, I don't know what they thought was going to happen. But the lady, we set up a meeting. My mom and my daddy was here, playing it off like they ain't listening. But they was here.
Little protect
and the craziest thing was, it was really she basically tried to interview herself to us. She wanted a job.
Oh, wow.
But the story she was telling us was the plan I had out for me.
Come to help.
No. She was saying how she knew somebody in Charlotte. And the person life she was describing in Charlotte was the life I was describing to my parents. And so they was like, wait, this is a confirmation for me. Yeah. It was really crazy because the lady was saying how this girl just moved there and she started doing eyebrows. She said she started making so much money. She ended up moving, selling her business, all this other stuff. But basically it was what I wanted to do. Yeah. So my mom and them confirmation. Oh, wait a minute. This what you want to do? This is she talking about your future? Mm-hmm. That's how serious it was. So that's why I really want to move. She was talking about somebody in Charlotte, but I still didn't want to go to Atlanta, though.
Y'all got to do it. And y'all got to do it not only for y'all, but with being these cycle breakers, you're going to have to be the one to do it to open the door for everyone else who comes behind you to do it.
For sure.
That's true.
Because when you come from a town like this, it's always has to be that one or two people who just say, fuck it, and they do it. And everyone is going to look at them and be like, oh, they crazy. They taking a risk.
Until you see that we really made
it happen. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Somebody got to be the trailblazer and be like, oh, this ain't working for us. It's more out there. And I know y'all offer amazing services. You get into Atlanta, first and foremost, we pay money, but they pay money.
Exactly.
Once you get them, you in a whole nother stratosphere. Mm-hmm. And that's where it's
And honestly, that's why I really think we kind of balance.
Because we
actually low-key balance.
Yeah.
And now it's just really crazy because...
And I love
that.
So
are y'all scared of leaving y'all clientele that y'all have created?
No, but that's the thing.
Are y'all scared of leaving the clientele you created?
We're going to come back. I want to leave it here. I want my beauty to be a franchise. Obviously. Yeah.
So the plan is...
So I really just want... Make beauties everywhere.
But that's why I was saying stay kind of closer than Atlanta.
So we can drive back and forth.
Because we'll be doing it every other weekend, maybe here. You get what I'm saying?
As well.
A couple days here, a couple days there.
Yeah.
Because you can hire 2 people to work this location.
Yeah, but you know what the thing is now?
You know what? People lose their opportunities. You know what's so crazy? People lose them so bad that I had to plan.
Don't get started, child.
No, for real. This is a whole other conversation again. So,
Child,
I had the plan. I already knew I was going to move.
Mm-hmm.
So, little thing happened recently. I don't know if you knew. You watched the episode?
You should know.
I think I know.
So that happened. Little do she know she really missed the opportunity. Because I know I'm moving. Yep. And I was going to let her run my beauty spa. I was going to put her in charge. And that happened. I said, "Oh, thank you, God."
See how God do stuff?
God
showed
us.
Sent a chill down me just now.
Me too.
That was supposed to happen.
It was supposed to happen. So I'm just like, "Oh, okay, that's fine." You know what? Don't even care. But it was crazy because I'm just like, people really don't understand that the things they say can really impact them. The things they do can really impact them because I know I'm moving from business field.
You know you leaving. You know what's next.
So I'm really like, dang, okay, and I'm keeping this here.
Do you not understand the person that you pass this on to really run it once you're gone? Like, this isn't a major opportunity for them.
Exactly. So guess what? I'm in the process of looking again now in my head. But ain't that's crazy?
But see, and then it's even crazy because I think people be looking for validation in the way where if you don't post about it, they think it ain't happening.
Yep.
So technically, people don't know that they're like you're looking at them as an opportunity to take over. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, because you didn't say nothing about it.
That don't mean I'm not thinking. It's just that just because I can't do it at this moment, I'm not in the action of actually doing it. But I'm thinking about doing it, and I know I'm gonna do it. It's just not right now.
You have to, but no one understands the planning, the process that goes into making shit happen. They just.
I said people just don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure so many people be missing opportunities.
Yeah, for sure.
So many people.
Yeah. Because the biggest thing is what we fail to realize is we are humans who are meant to connect with one another. And connection is the biggest part of growing and prospering.
Jesus.
It's not only about who you know, but the connections that you make with the people that you know. The impression that you leave upon them to when they enter another room and someone says, "Do you know someone who can do XYZ?" And they say, "Oh, yeah, I know." Like, that's what it's about. Yep. But we haven't been taught to properly build connections. We've been taught when a motherfucker make us feel some type of way, cut them off.
Or always try to do better. So that puts you in a competition.
A competition with people who can help you.
Exactly.
Hello?
Exactly.
I'm an esthetician, you're an esthetician, but I specialize in this while you specialize in that. How is that a competition?
Exactly.
Maybe I can't get the person in. I'll see somebody that's doing it.
Exactly.
Yo, I can't.
If I can't get you in, look, this girl do lashes good. This girl do lashes good. I really can't do it. I'm booked up. I can't do it.
How's that stopping your bag?
This girl literally messaged me the other day. One of the clients here, commented me up under this girl post about bartending. She messaged me, and I told her I couldn't do it, but I recommended her another one.
Yep.
And you know what? The crazy thing is, they'll never even know. Because I'm not going to be the one to be like, oh, I just recommended you.
Yeah, look, I do have some clients that say, okay, this person's recommending me, and I love hearing that. Yeah. But you just don't really know how many people really be recommending you.
You don't never know.
You don't know.
You never know.
That's why they say word of mouth is the biggest
Word of mouth is the biggest exposure.
I had a client come to me and was like, do I get a discount or something if I recommend somebody to get? I'm like, that's bad to me. Like,
yeah.
And then to turn around and say, oh, she already followed you. I just told her about you. No,
then that means you didn't do that.
You didn't do it. You didn't do it then.
You didn't do that. And that's another thing why I told Yoki that we got to start getting out there more because we really don't do nothing but work for real. So I said that
we can't network with people by just working. Even though we meet new people all the time, we're not really networking.
That's why I said that this year we need to be more intentional because out of sight is truly out of mind.
Like doing vendors.
Yeah, like different stuff or just walking around when they hand out business cards. It don't even matter. You can send like anything because people right now still coming here today.
Don't know.
And never knew that we was right here.
That's what I be screaming. My mama building right there, Victoria's Tax and Credit Services. I scream to her all day.
Right where?
Day. Yeah. Right there by Subway. Victoria Tax and Credit Services. Really? That's my mama building.
You talking right beside Subway?
Right beside Subway. The building right beside Subway is my mama, Victoria Adams.
Wait, you talking the building connected, right?
Connected, yes.
I didn't even know that place was open.
Exactly.
That's what I
did not know that.
I always scream to her. I'm like, you have to put yourself out there.
I didn't know that because I thought it was a bookstore, like a closed bookstore.
It used to be, and then she got it and turned into her tax credit service.
I did not know that. That's crazy.
And it's all about how you put yourself out there, the marketing and things of that nature. So, and that's what I've been pushing her to do a lot more recently. Like, go to these vendor things. Go out there, put your just hand out business cards. Even in the community. Go to Dairy Dream and put your business cards right out there in the front. Somebody gonna see it.
Yeah, the worst is it's out there.
Exactly.
Because your town ain't gonna support you. the way they should.
The way they should.
We know that. We done had that conversation at the beginning. Until they see that you are the shit that you said you are. They're not going to support you until other people start supporting you.
They ain't going to support. It take for somebody like...
Somebody they
Carlos Miller to walk in these doors.
To be like, oh, this something else.
For them to want to go look at the episode.
Like, you ain't being seen these episodes.
Like, you ain't been seeing me post since September.
Because I got somebody of a higher status.
That you feel is valuable enough to validate me.
In your eyes, you must look up to them. Oh, now you ready.
Come on.
That's
just crazy. Like Victoria Monet with this Grammy situation. Yep. Now everybody gonna be asking her to come and perform. But just a few months ago, she was not ready to be on the VMA stage. But until she got validated by the Grammys, now everybody want to be on her dick. It's like, nah, don't pay attention now.
Nah, keep me back there.
Exactly, because I know my time coming. I know our time coming, and when our time come,
you gonna remember. And it ain't about being vengeful. It's not about being spiteful.
It's just that.
But it's knowing who was there for you when you were.
And that's what I was about to say. You know, for the outside looking in, when you see people, a lot of people like, oh, they think they all that now. It's not. And it's not even me thinking I'm all that. It's me reacting to how you treated me when you didn't think I was all that.
That's it.
Because, child, I wish you just might. I wish you might approach me crazy like when we make it.
Because that's the thing about it, is when we make it. It's not about if. It's the when.
It's when.
Because I tried to come to you and get you on with this as I'm building up, but you don't see it. And you know what? So what? You don't understand my vision. It's my vision. You don't have to understand it. But do not come at me once I made it.
And think something finna change. You think I'm gonna move for you?
Exactly.
And not unless the Lord give me some type of...
Him only.
Like, even when we be asking people, like, okay, what's some questions on the podcast? Or send us a crazy, like, story time or something like that. And they don't do it. But as soon as when we get big and we have that, then they're going to be sending
then there's going to be all these story times and people got stuff they want to say. Like,
for real.
Y'all could easily come over here. I had a story time one time. I was dating this nigga and he tried me. And I called my cousin. I said, "Can I borrow your car?" She said yes. Stuff. And we got in the car and we went and we stood outside his house for hours. And I had to wait to see what he was gonna do. Just give the story. That's
exactly.
That is really
it's
simple.
A small
but as soon as you get one person on here who they feel like is big, can I come talk to y'all? No, fuck you.
No.
Big hard F. I mean, spit flying and all. Listen. You give me, boy, when I get that chance, oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
But it's okay. We're not mad at y'all because you know
we're
what?
Not mad.
It takes a certain amount of understanding. For first and foremost, you gotta be in your place, in a place in your life to where you going after what you want. You doing the things that you want to do to where you can accept other people living in their purpose, doing what they want to do. So many people are haters because they're not doing what they want to do. They have an unfulfilled purpose, and when they see somebody else actually chasing their dreams, they can't support it. But it's like, baby, you can do it too.
Exactly.
You really can. We all can. But we got to get out our own way and get that nigga out your bed who ain't paying no bills. Please. Please let him stop. Like, don't let him drop you off to work and he's not paying no bills.
That's funny.
He said drop you off to work. Yeah, that's
crazy.
Men, because a lot of people only think that it's the men who are trifling. Men, get that woman out your house who ain't paying no bills, who ain't trying to work, and she just wants this lifestyle. So many people are connected with the wrong people. Check your connections. Please check your connections right now. If you don't hear nothing else I said this entire podcast, check the connections that you have. Because the connections that you have will stop you from getting to where you need to get. Somebody in your life right now should not be connecting to you. They're draining from you. They're stopping you. But because you don't have the awareness, the discernment to see that they're no longer good for you, you won't get to where you need to be. Baby, if that Wi-Fi ain't plugged in, your connection is off.
Period.
I ain't mean to do that.
You did it.
I ain't mean to do that.
I loved it too.
I'm seeing him feeling hit. I'm that hit dog. I want to holler so bad.
What?
I'm just here shaking my leg, child. I'm seeing him shaking his foot, just reflecting. Just over here like, Jesus.
This has been a great podcast.
I swear.
I love the conversation.
I had a time.
We're going to have to actually push ourselves to do these reels. Because this is too good. This is a good old time.
Just ate me up. Just
not ate you up.
A good old
spit
time.
me out.
It's 2024, y'all.
That goes not only relationships, though, friendships.
Friendships. Because that's the
everything.
thing. A relationship is a relationship. Because, let me take one more for the road.
Go ahead now.
A relationship is a relationship. The relationship you have with your parents is still a relationship. I always tell people, if you can't manage a friendship, you can't manage a romantic relationship. If you cannot manage a romantic relationship, you won't be able to manage a familial relationship. Relationships are relationships across the board. So it goes for your friends. Do not think that you got to keep family around just because they family. If they holding you back, you got to let them go. But the issue is, most people think that letting go is a negative thing. Or they come about it from a negative way. Let people go in peace. Let people go in a positive aspect of, it's no hard feelings, it's no hurt. I still want the best for you, but I can't have what's best for me with you around. It's that simple. And that may be your mama. Cut your mama off, baby. Cut your daddy off, baby.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm dead ass. I told believe me, I've had, and the only reason I can say that is because I've had the hard conversations with my parents. I told my parents, y'all was young. Y'all fucked up a lot. And I'm not holding them responsible for that, but we gotta be real. My life could have been different had y'all life been different. So, be real with the people in your life. Nobody ain't gonna read your mind. If you mad at your man right now about some shit he did last week, is he gonna know if you don't tell him?
Exactly.
Communication.
That's the key.
If you really like this nigga you with right now, that you in the talking stage with, is he gonna know that you want more if you don't verbalize that you want more, which I feel like you ain't doing.
Communication.
I think you feeling it.
I feel like she's not really. Because what I get from her,
they hit dog.
Wait.
That's what I get from over here.
You ain't coming back. You ain't coming back.
Y'all want to celebrate me back because y'all know if y'all peep what I just peep.
It might be another 10 years.
No way. Because you know what it is, but you already know what it is, and you know her.
I'm playing for real.
You know her.
That's why I said earlier, yeah, I'm your best friend, but I hope I'm just as important. That's why I said it.
Important.
Because don't act like I don't be acting like no sister.
No, bro. No.
I had to make sure. No.
What I'm saying is, you took it wrong for real. What I'm saying is, you're the best friend. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But you're also close enough to know to tell me don't bring him around if mama and them gonna be like no. You know what I'm saying? You have an insight.
What's the hold up?
How
long y'all been dating? What's the hold up?
What?
She wanna.
Because I'm feeling something and you ain't talking about.
We're cutting this part.
We sure can't.
We're gonna talk about this a little bit, and then we're gonna go
to Patreon.
This how we're gonna introduce our Patreon. Yeah, we got a Patreon now.
Patreon exclusive.
Go ahead and tune in.
So bad, child. This is funny to me.
Go ahead and tune into the Patreon.
Jesus, God, listen.
Let's see if she talks.
Now let's go back because she tried to deflect.
I'm gonna tell you for real. I'm gonna tell you what it is. I be asking God for signs with different stuff, right?
Okay.
The way he be giving me these signs ain't even the way I be asking for him. Cause you know he funny. He real. You want it? Here you go.
Gonna give you what you asked for.
Well, child, getting a little hot.
Because you still ain't answer that question.
Again? Let me hear one more time.
You want to do this for Patreon?
Let me hear one more time.
That question was.
You want to do it on Patreon? Because then we can go ahead.
What is the hold up? Why are y'all still in the talking stage? What's the roadblock?
Let me tell you what it is. Honestly.
Wait, real quick.
You wanted to know how long?
I did because I need to know how long before. Yes.
That's what I'm saying. You want to end it and then start the new one for Patreon?
Sure, we can do that.
Okay, we're going to just end it real quick. Y'all, if y'all want to keep on with this conversation, Go ahead and tune in to our Patreon. It will be
linked
below.
You know what's even crazier? We had an episode planned for 12 o'clock. It is 1:04.
I know you fucking lied.
We had an episode at 12 o'clock, y'all, for real, and the emergency came up, but she couldn't come.
Well, we see why.
Child.
Tune in to our Patreon.
Oh, because y'all gonna want to hear this, because baby, I do.
Exactly. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the Can't Tell Us Nothing podcast. Thank you so much for coming to talk to us. We definitely need you again, because this has been too good.
Jeez.
I know why you still up here acting
I can't breathe.
Too good. And that's why you need to subscribe, because you want this tea.
I just throw
Go
one
ahead
finger
and
on.
Go ahead and tell them.
Like, comment, subscribe, y'all. We'll see y'all later.